Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Irate Masterminds. 17.
1-7.
17. That's let's see. What was I gonna say right now? I was gonna say something. It is. It's 17. 17. It's one more than 16. 5 more than 12. Yeah. What's up, man? How you guys feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You guys said you have allergies or something, right?
Oh yeah.
Besides allergies.
Kicking my butt. Big time.
I get
All day, every day.
I get like a runny nose real bad. Sucks.
Oh.
Especially when like grown-ups look at you and they're like, no, dude, no,
Yeah.
it's allergies.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that Costa Nostra shit.
Costa Nostra.
None of that shit.
Wow, that's real stereotypical.
Guys, I'm thirsty.
That's messed up. What you got, man? You
Let me bring this up first before we get.
Christian's
I need
Christian's
a
turn to
drink.
bring some drink.
Big time.
Last week.
This is
Oh yeah.
Sailor Jerry spiced rum.
Sailor Jerry,
I don't think we have any rum on the show yet.
This is
huh?
the
There
first.
chip
This is the
on
first time we've had
Yeah.
rum. Yeah, Sailor Jerry.
It is the
Just
first
do it
one.
with
That's
Coke.
strange.
Nice.
Okay.
Coca-Cola
Coke
Zero
Yeah.
sugar.
I like the zero always.
Coke Zero.
Oh dang, yeah, hell yeah.
Just
We
in
could
case.
double up.
That's low.
Just in
There we
case.
go.
But yeah, this is my go-to after
Mm-hmm.
Jack Daniels. I
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, me
Oh,
and
dang.
Virginia used to go through bottles and bottles. And
I like that.
I'm looking at that bottle like, damn, that's kind of small.
yeah, man.
That's when you know you got a problem.
Still a 750,
it's
but
still
he
a
did.
750.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I
750s
could
is
do
like
that.
A little tiny.
It's a
Pepsi.
challenge now.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Oh
Pepsi.
no, it's not even
The
a
Pepsi challenge.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
you just take it to the
Well,
Let's
head.
get
lace-
into these drinks.
Lace you up with some ice.
People must hate this part of the show. Like, oh, get on. Like, they're doing like the skip 15
Hey, yeah, yeah.
seconds. or
You,
whatever.
you know what? And
I don't think so.
and I
No?
don't
It's like,
I don't
it's
care.
almost like a memory trigger
Is
to
it-
like, oh, I gotta get a drink. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
get your drinks right
Yeah.
now. Is this
I
a time
guarantee
where they
people are
like?
listening and they're like, damn, I need a drink.
Is this a time where they stay tuned, or they're like, ah, 15, 15, 15?
This is
you know what I
prep
mean?
mode. This is like the 5 minutes before you start a meeting. This is
That's true.
the talk before the game. This is like, you know, like nothing really pops off in the first 10 minutes of any podcast.
That's
it's like
true.
That's true.
There's a word for it. You know what I mean?
Well, I can take that one. I would feel that one
I'll get it.
a little bit. That's how I make my drinks at the bar. That's why you fill it with ice. Throw it outside, or
No, that's good.
I actually like this stuff, dude. Rum and Coke was
I almost got rum
classic.
just to say we had rum and Coke because I wanted to keep it.
but this
OG.
is but this is rum.
It is rum. It's spiced rum.
Oh,
little-
spice rum. You're right. Okay,
spice
yeah, it is different than rum. You're right.
Not an OG.
Just the flavor, right?
Spice.
Yeah, it's the spice. Actually, we just had some great rum from Nicaragua.
Oh, did you?
Nicaragua.
I can never say
Is that a country? Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
Tell me when. And it was really good. It was actually
When? Thank you, sir.
real smooth,
Nice.
and it was made with like real cane sugar.
Oh,
Shit.
So it had a little.
You ever had sugar cane? Like from the actual
yeah,
stock?
yeah.
I have not.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's
You just chew on
first
it.
time I had
Yeah?
it when I was
You
really
taste
young.
sugar?
Yeah, it's sweet.
It's like,
Let's see.
how do you even describe it?
It's actually. It tastes
like
like,
a
this
bamboo.
smells. Yeah, it tastes.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
It tastes like
it's
this
like you
smells.
just chew on it like a bamboo,
Let me see.
and then you just extract a lot of sugar.
This is.
Not really sugar water, but sugar saliva.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah.
It makes
Mm-hmm.
its own paste in your mouth,
Yeah,
Oh, no.
like a dog.
Juicy.
Dogs into
it's
the
actually
gravy.
really good.
Yeah.
It's really
Cheers,
good.
guys.
It's
Cheers,
addictive.
homie.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Cheers, homie.
Good to
Cheers,
see you
homie.
guys.
Good to
Good
see
on
you
you.
guys. Here's to another week of the podcast.
Exactly.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
mm,
guess-
that's good.
Yeah, it takes me back. Right? I'll probably just kill this bottle.
Oh, I'm for sure.
Right?
Oh, yeah?
for sure.
Nice. So what's up with the week, man?
Go ahead, Travel.
Travis.
You
What
know
you?
what? I'm not gonna dive right into it. You
No,
know,
no, you don't
Oh,
have to.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we got
heads
a
up.
couple
I
things to
wanted
talk about.
Start with some positivity.
Okay.
Something I saw on the way here.
Okay.
Okay,
And it took me back to like the 90s.
Oh,
I was driving on your block,
Mhm.
and you know, sometimes I like to circle the block a little
why
bit.
don't you pick me up,
Let
man?
see.
Yeah, Travel.
I know. No, this block.
Hmm.
block. And I saw kids sitting in a circle on the ground on their
Oh, that's cool.
skateboards. You know, social distancing. about
Yep.
4 feet, not 6
Who
feet.
cares?
But it reminded me of when I was a kid. It reminded me of when I was a kid. Those conversations that you had, just like
Mm-hmm.
chilling on a concrete or on the wall, or like it made me feel good.
Yeah.
Then all the way here, I'm seeing people on their bikes. I'm seeing families of, it used to be just 2, families of 6, 7 walking. You know, their kids are laughing. It's not like I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
No one's on their phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It gave me like those goosies, like, you know, a good
Yeah.
feeling, like, damn. You
Those
know,
are
they're
good
probably
memories.
tired of technology. They've been using it for months now
Yeah.
in the house. So it was a good thing. It was a good feeling. It was like, you know,
That's just
took
the way
me
it
back.
should be,
That's the way
though. It shouldn't be because of this corona,
Right.
Right, bro.
Right.
It should
No,
be all
hell
the
no.
time.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
should be out active in the neighborhood
True.
anyway.
It should be balanced, but it's
Yeah.
not.
It's
but
not.
but in life, I mean, you gotta take, like, every time life throws a negative, you gotta turn it into a positive. Like
Oh yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
last dance, Jordan's dad said. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
life's constantly gonna throw you negatives. You have to change them into a positive.
I think
Yep.
when we were kids, I think that the thing that we had that was like electronic based was video games, and that's been around
Mhm.
since the 80s. So I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
kids have been doing
Yeah.
this kind of the same thing.
But there was only so much you could really.
Yeah. Well, if your parents
Yeah.
are in charge, like they should be,
Mhm.
then they'll tell you, hey, that's put the phone away, put the video games
Exactly.
away, go
Or 2
outside.
hours.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's normal.
9
Just
o'clock,
people
put
who
it down.
say it gets out of control is because they let it get out of control. So
Exactly.
Yep.
get control of your kids. Yeah, but I remember when I
Handle
was
the
a
babies.
kid sitting like that,
Yeah.
Hanging out.
hanging out.
It was just good time. It was a good.
You know what I
feeling.
remember
Yeah.
as a kid, like in a circle
Yeah.
like that? Like I could remember smells. Like I used to go to your baseball games, bro, a lot.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh,
younger.
yeah,
You were
yeah,
in
yeah,
high
yeah.
school, and I wasn't there yet. And I wouldn't want to watch the game 100%.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I would take my pogs, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this fool used
But,
to
like,
he used to
Pogs.
pog it on the left field
Dude.
line.
Yeah, and
I was
Field
obsessed
foul.
with Pogs.
like there would be days where I go to my brother's game where I didn't have practice, and
Mhm.
or someday I just wanted to see my brother play, right?
Yeah.
And then I would have pogs, but I don't remember smells of like kids. You know, you meet kids
Yup.
out in the open in the neighborhood. You meet
Mhm.
kids. They got pogs too. That's
Bubble gum.
the social
Yeah.
commonality, right?
That was playing the Switch back then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember smells of them, like certain
Mhm.
kids. I
Yeah.
remember seeing like their fingernails.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
remember seeing like moles, like weird moles.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know,
Or if
like-
they
That's
had a
funny.
new scar. Hey,
That's
where'd you
funny.
get that?
No, that
Yeah,
too. As
yeah.
homies,
No,
as
I
homies,
remember
but
that,
like
yep.
as strangers. Like, what the heck is
Yeah.
that?
My
Like,
brother thinks a lot of the same things that I used to
I used to
of,
think
too.
like, oh, what the heck is that? Hey,
You
Dad,
don't really
Yeah.
think.
this guy had
Yeah.
this. Oh, that's
He used to just speak on it. I used to
Yeah.
just think about it. This fool used to speak on
So
it.
just born with
But-
no chill.
But you know, as we were
No.
younger, like, oh dang, like warts.
Yeah,
a
warts.
wart.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit's funny, huh?
Dang,
Like-
that's old school.
Like you
Super
would
old school.
you would say like, oh, so and so, the dude with the wart on his whatever.
Be
you
like,
know?
oh yeah.
I didn't see a wart till I moved to Riverside. Like,
Oh,
I thought it was like a white person
Serious?
thing. No, I
No,
swear to
no,
God, I'd
I-
never
I
seen
hear
a
you.
wart
Me
until
too.
I came out here. I
A
was like, oh,
wart. Like, what the
shit.
heck is that? You used
Yeah.
to hear it. You see it on TV, like those
Yeah.
commercials. Like, what the heck?
yeah.
Like, no.
It's just another form of herpes or something.
Yeah.
yeah, same family. It's the COVID family of
Oh, yeah, yeah.
herpes.
Yeah, there you go. So yes.
Yeah,
that's the
no,
COVID
but
4.
Just good times, man.
Yeah, I remember things like that. It's
Yeah,
weird, dude.
I
Just-
remember one time I was sitting across the street from my aunt's house in Pico Rivera, and I was
Auntie Betty?
Auntie Betty's house, and I was with my friend across the street, Randy,
Mhm.
and you remember those caps they used to give you for the cap guns, like
Yes.
the
Circle,
roll,
the
Yeah,
circle.
you break them off.
Yeah, there was like 5 to a
Mhm.
roll.
Yeah.
So we were outside and we were hitting them with a hammer, right? And it was time for me to go inside because
Yeah.
it was about this time when we.
Street lights.
Yeah, it's like 8:00, and then I was like, okay, I better go inside. And I think they called me because it was right across the street.
Yeah.
So I still had a full pack of caps,
Full roll. Oh, the
of
roll.
caps,
Yeah.
of
where-
caps. And so I remember saying, well, I'm in my head, I'm not going to be here tomorrow, so
Yeah.
let me just.
Bust them out, real.
Yeah, real quick. Let me see what I could do. So,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Let me just hit the whole thing. So I took the whole thing out with the hammer, and I was sitting with my legs open like this,
Yeah.
and I put the roll of caps in
In
between.
between your
Yeah.
legs.
And then I just swung, and the thing like blew up. I was yeah.
No.
There was
Hit your
like
crotch?
Did you fold
No, no, no.
them, or you were like,
no, just the whole
Oh,
row.
okay.
It just blew up,
Damn.
and it's just I just remember seeing like a big fireball, and the guy looked at me like
no.
Oh,
speechless. That was funny,
Mm.
but that's one of those times you
I got a
sit around
question.
Oh, yeah,
outside.
that's why
Yeah.
he left the hospital because my brother had to remove his testicle.
Oh,
I remember that.
explains a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. That's
Dang.
yeah.
Randy, we used to play
Dang.
TNC Surf.
Yes.
At his house
yes,
on Nintendo,
that's right.
right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
Excite
I got,
Bike. Anyway,
I
go
got a
ahead.
question for both of you.
Yeah.
Same.
So that's why I have
same
one
age.
testicle.
That's how you can hit that point so well. It makes sense. Okay, what was the most mischievous thing you did when you were younger?
Ooh.
What? Ooh, give me like an age.
Like-
dude, like a.
Just when, okay, from 1 to 12 years old. Like, you
1
don't
to
even know
12.
why you did it.
Mischievous things.
Like, one of the most mischievous things you did, whether you got away with it, whether you got caught, whether it's something you learned from. But, like, you know, as a boy, you
Yeah.
grew up, you just want to fuck shit up.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
what's one of the things you did? Did you throw a rock through a window?
Oh, like that,
Oh.
like that,
Did
like
you
that.
trip a kid? Like, what was it?
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Probably tagging on some walls
Oh, shit.
Tagging, bro. Dude, you know what?
with Michael,
Between
You know what?
12?
with my cousin. Yeah.
I've
Oh,
never
shit.
tagged anything in my life.
Hey, there you go. Bucket list.
You know, what, dude.
Bucket
You know
list.
what?
Yeah.
It was just I was always told not to write on your skin.
Oh no, I know.
And in addition to that,
For
like I
sure.
see my dad
Yeah.
go across
Worked
the street
so hard, yeah.
to these kids. I don't know if I told the story on the podcast, but we lived in the church, as everyone knows by
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But there's a wall that keeps on getting tagged on across the street from us directly, and it's a white. They paint it white. After
Where's
every-
this at?
Paramount.
Yeah. Where's the wall?
in the
at?
church? Eastside Paramount. They used to tag on the wall by the. If you're looking out the church,
Uh-huh.
straight ahead, like the steps. If you're going down the church steps,
Uh-huh.
there's a fence
Uh-huh.
first, right, and then behind that is a wall on the opposite side of the street.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah. The
used to
little wall.
tag
The
up,
little
like,
wall.
Eastside Paramount,
What?
Yeah.
Damn, I
Um,
remember that.
East side.
What?
ESP.
ESP, yeah.
ESP
And,
13.
Dang.
You know, as kids, it's scary, like
Yeah.
dealing with a gang that you know
Yeah.
is
Because you know their presence is there now.
exactly,
Yeah.
dude. And my dad would go out there at whatever time he would be spying on them, making sure they're not doing it.
Mm.
That's funny.
Making his rounds, you know, the building,
Yeah.
and he sees them, and then we get word of it, like, no, Dad, don't go out, like they're cholos, you know,
Oh, shit.
like, Dad, no,
They
but I,
got blades.
because yeah,
Yeah.
I was scared for my dad,
Yeah,
but my dad had a mentality like I have a mentality like I'm
Yeah.
gonna go protect my
Yeah.
neighborhood,
Right,
dude,
right.
you know. So
That's your job.
I remember go talking to these cholos, and they respected him because he was a pastor. I was like, oh
Yeah.
dang, this guy got some pull over here.
Yeah.
And then not from that day forward, but even before that, we'd be playing baseball in the yard,
Yeah.
and these cholos would be walking by our gated church,
Yeah.
our house. That was our
Yeah.
yard. Thank God we had a gate. And they would look at my brother differently than I
Yeah.
did, or they did me.
Yeah.
They would, hey,
Yeah.
what's up, little man? What's up, Chico? And then they would kind of like not mad dog my
Yeah.
brother, but like
Yeah.
He was probably of age.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
You know what I
That's
mean?
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
brother was
yeah,
no
you're right.
longer a
Longer a
cholo or
civilian.
anything like that, but they treated
Yeah,
you
yeah, a little
or
different.
looked at you
They
different.
did.
And
Yeah.
my thing was always like, oh, I'm scared for my brother and my
Right.
dad because they're old. You just have
Right.
these
Yeah,
thoughts,
yeah.
right? And
I was
can't
I
do
was
nothing.
afraid for my dad.
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah. oh,
Yeah, totally. And as a little
Right.
kid, like you think like, what can I do as a little kid
Yeah.
to
Right.
hurt this man or
Yeah.
person? You know,
Ooh.
like oh, like you get these thoughts in your head, like oh, I want to hit that guy. Can I
Yeah.
take him as a little 7-year-old? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the thoughts like
Yeah.
that.
I never had to I never had to think like that because my older brother was such a protector. You know what I mean? Like
Oh.
even when he was younger, like
But was he in the gangs?
oh he was that's so I don't want to put his business out there.
No. But no, he was involved with
One
our
of the
homies.
reasons why he ended up in Virginia because he had joined the Bloods when he was or he was being groomed to join the gang.
Exactly.
When he was very young in Long Beach. And a situation happened where he had a standoff against my dad, and it was him, his, gang members that were trying to get him in, and then my dad, and like he sided with the gang. You know
Oh,
what I
dang.
mean?
Oh,
So
yeah,
like at that point they
yeah.
were like, nah, we can't have this, and
Yeah.
and a longer story pursued after that. But
Yeah.
like, I never really had to be the protector. He was so good at it; it was natural for him. And some people are natural protectors. You feel me? It's just built in their DNA, and I never had to be because he was so good. So like, I had to actually learn, danger and how to read a room and how to read energy and shit like that. And I wish I would have, just had it naturally, but it's a hard lesson to learn when you're a trusting person.
Yeah,
You're
that's
just,
true.
Like a peaceful person. But-
Because the gang, they know the houses, they know the
Yeah.
neighborhood, they
Mhm.
know
Oh,
they
the
know
affiliation, they know the families of the
everything,
neighborhood.
yeah.
I'm talking about we were a tight neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about like within
yeah.
less than a mile of each
They,
other.
Yeah.
sometimes
In
they
a
know
big
more
ass
about
square,
you
dude.
Yeah.
than you know about yourself.
They could,
Yeah.
but these dudes were like, they were different. Dude, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, me and my dude, check this out,
Mhm.
story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and my brother, we were living across the street from the church.
Mm-hmm.
We called it the White House because it was white.
Wait, yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, I know you remember this, bro. We were playing Nintendo,
Okay.
the OG Nintendo.
Yeah.
In the
I
front
don't-
room.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember.
What
And
game?
there was always Super Mario,
Yeah.
Probably.
and we would hear drive-bys. I'm talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah, yeah.
drive-bys.
All the
They're
time.
not far drive-bys,
Yeah.
like in the distance.
Yeah.
It's literally like
Like
20
at the end
yards
of the
away.
block.
20
Yeah.
yards
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
Right.
Super,
20 yards
super
is the
close.
street.
Yeah.
20 yards is your bedroom.
Yeah.
And you just pa, 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 pa.
Somebody went down the wrong
all the
street.
time, dude. It was normal, bro. It was
It's
normal.
super normal.
But it was so loud, and next morning we go out and see the bullet holes or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there
But
were
in-
bullet holes all the time.
But in
Yeah.
this instance, the story I'm telling,
Yeah.
we were playing Nintendo in the front room, in our bedroom actually,
Yeah.
and then we heard pa 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 pa
Yeah.
pa. Me and my brother, instinct takes over.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
it was crazy, dude. Drop the controllers.
Drop
We
to
like
the floor.
drop to the floor,
Yeah.
start army crawling. My
Yeah,
brother's like,
that's
"Come
true.
on,
Yeah,
Chico,
that's
come
true.
on, Chico."
How
and
odd is that?
we run down the hallway,
Yeah.
which is a straight shot to my
Yeah.
mom and dad's room, because that's the backyard.
Right.
Yeah.
We had a what do we have in the backyard, bro? In the field, we had a field,
There's
like
a-
strawberry fields.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like a
shit.
garden back there,
How big was
like
the
a city
backyard?
garden.
Oh, I see.
But
I
it's
see.
one of those big
So
ones.
it's like a lot.
It's like
Exactly.
it's
Yeah,
it's not a
all
lot.
dirt.
It's
Okay.
huge. It's like
Yeah.
probably
It's a
like 3
sandlot.
acres or 4
Yeah.
acres big.
Damn.
Bunch of dirt, bunch of Mexicans just
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
hoeing away
Damn.
yeah.
or whatever. And
Hoeing out.
exactly. And we just do a straight shot to my mom and dad's room. Like, oh, get down. My dad's like,
Yeah.
stay down, stay
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
You know, you wait for it, and then you gotta wait for the people that are lingering. At who did they get them? Did
Right.
they not?
Right.
Whatever.
Is it over? Or
Yeah.
Is it
coming
over?
Yeah,
back?
right, right,
Is it
right.
too late? Yeah. Then you start
Yeah.
hearing chatter, and then
Yeah.
that's like the cell phones, like the chatter, like, oh,
Question.
Yeah.
After the gunshots,
Mm-hmm.
what my mom and parents used to do, there was always like a awkward joke to try to relieve the stress.
Yeah.
What does your parents do after something really scary like that?
My dad would say, "Oh, you're okay. Let's go back
Yeah.
to go over there. You're fine."
Right.
And my mom,
You're fine.
yeah, and my mom would just be like, idiots.
Yeah, that's it.
You know
Yeah,
what
seriously,
I'm
that
saying?
was it. You're fine.
Yeah.
Everybody's
But-
okay.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
just it was. I just remember that specific moment,
Right.
Yeah.
but I remember other moments, like at least 5-10 more, where we heard this all the time.
Yeah.
I think my dad knew that there wasn't anybody out to get us.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you're right on that,
Just
bro.
Knew the dangers.
Yeah, but he knew we were in a jacked up neighborhood. He was in
That's
a
a very good
neighborhood
point, bro.
for
Yeah.
30 years,
Damn.
right? 30 years or so.
Yeah, that
As
sounds
Up
about right.
until then, yeah.
As dangerous as gangsters and cholos and gang warfare
Mhm.
is, there's a sense of safety that you get as well
In the
You know what I
neighborhood,
mean? Like like
Yeah.
it's almost, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. It's like I knew that there wasn't going to be some random shit happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was never afraid of the randomness. Like no one's gonna drive a car into the house, and no one's gonna try to mug me on the street. Like there was a sense of rules
Yeah.
and etiquette, even for gangsters. You
Yeah,
know what
you're
I
right.
mean?
You're right.
Like, there
Kids,
was, like,
kid, look out for kids.
exactly.
Oh, yeah,
If
yeah.
you lived in the neighborhood, and the neighborhood usually was a square block, and maybe extended 2-3 blocks, or east, west, or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you lived there, you could safely walk there. You could safely walk home. It wasn't a fearful thing like if you lived in Iraq, and
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a country trying to
You
bomb
never
you or
know
something
what's
like
going
that.
on. Yeah.
You're right.
That's
Charlie,
what
you're
happened.
right. I can
Yeah,
feel
like
that, right,
after
bro?
a while, people are like, "How could you live there?"
You get eaten
It's
by
like,
a lion or something.
like it's just like living anywhere else. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's just one of those things that eventually you just get used to.
Yeah.
And after a while, you just feel safe.
Yeah.
As long as you let them know that you weren't trying to veer towards their world,
Yeah.
you were good.
You're
You
right.
know, they
You're-
never mess with you. They never
They
fuck
really
with you.
did. The
Yeah.
only, you're right. You're spot on, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And the only time that I was really scared, and you know how like someone in the house yells, and like like my little boy, he gets scared. Like if I raise my
Yeah.
voice for whatever reason, could
Yeah.
be mad,
Look, does he do the
happy,
shake?
yelling at
The
Madden, because Tyrell
Yeah.
just scored on me or whatever. Like you know what I mean? He'll cover his ears like,
Yeah.
oh my bad, my bad.
Yeah.
Sounds like my dog.
Me and my
Yeah.
brother, we went to it was a
Little
park
pussy.
in Paramount. How far was the park from our house, bro?
Uh,
Half mile?
Less
Less than
a mile.
How many
Oh
blocks?
yeah, half
Half
mile.
a mile.
Half
Because I
mile.
don't think I could walk a mile.
1, 2, 2.5. 2.5
Okay.
blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, something
Yeah.
like that.
Nice.
And that was a far walk for us away
As
from
kids,
our,
yeah.
as kids in that neighborhood.
12
right?
and under.
Nice.
And I remember my brother. We always used to throw balls to each other.
Yeah.
We used to want to go on the baseball field
Yeah.
instead of like the backyard, the dirt
Right.
or the concrete. You know, the real field,
Yep.
right? My brother's throwing balls to me, and in center field.
Mm-hmm.
There was
like,
always
let's just say like where the home run, like 400 feet. Let's just say 400 feet away from us. Nah, let's do 365, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, feet away from us in like center field area.
Yeah.
There was a big group of dudes,
Always.
cholos,
They were always
shit.
there.
and
Yeah,
we were
now
like,
that I remember,
and,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
when they started coming by the bunch,
Yeah.
that's when it got a little like nerve wracking, right?
Yeah.
And my brother, we're like looking at each other like, oh dang,
Yeah. It's
they
time to
were
go.
jumping someone in.
Yeah. They're
And
holding
we
Oh,
saw-
sword
yeah,
or
yeah.
disciplining somebody. Yeah.
We don't know, whatever
Yeah.
it was, and I just remember them coming towards like second base a little bit,
Mhm.
like you know
Oh,
how when
yeah,
you
yeah,
fight, like
yeah,
people
yeah.
jump back
Yeah,
and
yeah,
forth,
that's
like
right.
50
Yeah.
yards, like it was like that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh dude, me and my brother grabbed all of our balls,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I just remember running home like the fastest, like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like
Damn.
crazy.
Yep.
But little things like that, protective,
I have a
and watch
yeah.
this,
Go ahead.
watch this. We don't know as like kids what
Yeah.
you know
What's going
the
on,
codes
really.
of
Yeah.
you know the streets or their
Exactly.
business or anything like
Yeah.
that. And like I think that's something that's gotten away from us, right?
Yeah.
As
yeah.
of like time went on, like from
Exactly.
let's say 1990 till now.
Exactly.
There's a lot of things that
people are not
talking disrespectful, out of
Exactly.
pocket, don't know
Yeah.
the rules.
Exactly.
And don't you
Yeah.
agree? And you can
No,
go
I
on with that.
100% agree. Like one of the, like back to the whole safety thing. There was a safety in living in the neighborhood. If you really lived there, you know what I mean. There was a safety in it.
Yeah.
But one of the things you could always respect is they all had a code. Like there was a code that they lived by. You know what I mean? You don't hurt women and children. You respect the people in the neighborhood. They were disrespectful, especially when they were drinking and getting
Yeah.
high.
Loud and
But yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But if you caught them literally like one on one, it was like, "How you doing, Miss Davis?" Blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. They extended kindness as far as they can extend it without breaking character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're not gonna
Exactly.
walk over and like take your groceries in the house, but they will like turn down the music a little bit.
They are
You know
respectful.
what I mean?
They are
Like,
respectful.
They are slightly
They
respectful.
could be respectful, yeah.
But one of the things that
Because their
like,
business or bad
Exactly.
business is not with you.
it's just bad business. And they don't want people snitching on them, you know. So
Exactly.
it's just good business in general. But one of the things I respected the most, which I think is just part of a different code, and it doesn't have to do with gangs or anything, is you know, in gang life and street life and just in general, snitching was always looked down on.
of course.
And something happened recently. I mean, it's been going on for a long time, but it's never really touched me in this situation because I don't roll with people like that.
Directly, yeah.
I'm solo dolo all the time,
Yeah.
so I'm not worried about snitches. But a friend of mine's, I'm not gonna say no names.
Of course.
Something happened to him that was unfortunate. He lost his job due to a snitch, and the fucked up
This
thing
is a professional environment.
Yeah, it's a very professional environment. But like even in the most professional environment, you're still human. You know, you're still
Yeah.
gonna wanna have a drink. You're still gonna wanna
Beat somebody's ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're still gonna wanna exactly. If a fight breaks out and you handle it like a man,
Yeah.
you're not gonna go to your superior and be like, "Damn, they were duking it out around a corner," because those guys got their issue out of,
Out of the
out
way.
in the open.
Yep.
And a lot of times they're better friends after that.
True.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you
Or
you have
respect
to
them more.
exactly
yeah.
respect
Yeah.
it. It's like
Damn, I
like,
should have beat some more people's asses at the workplace.
You
Now that I think
should've,
about
you
it.
should have, yeah. But
You were a sheep, like all of us were. Younger, bro. That's
oh
the
yeah,
real
you
talk.
have to be
It's
a
true.
Thinking you
before
needed to be at a
appreciate
spot
it.
9 to
Yeah.
5,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
We don't do that. We don't
Exactly.
like to do that.
I know.
Exactly.
So that's yeah. In hindsight, yeah. Go ahead, Chad. Sorry.
But no, you good. But it really, like I don't get involved in other people's business. You know what I mean? But like, I'm seeing it more now than I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? Like, why are people snitching and telling like it's the thing to do? Like,
yeah.
it's like they get a reward from it. It's like the same people that are giving you a punishment
Yeah.
are, disciplining you.
Or giving you
You're-
rewards.
Exactly, or giving you that's a fucked up mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, long story short, I want to tell what happened. So,
Please.
a guy lost his job due to someone snitching on something that probably happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Had to do with some alcohol
At,
in
at work.
corporate environment. You know what I mean?
Which
At
is
work,
normal.
Which is very normal. You know what I mean?
More
It's
normal
it's
than
actually
people think.
promoted
Yeah.
in a lot of situations. and he lost his job due to a snitch. Now I'm nice to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like I don't care if you were the janitor or you're the CEO.
Mm-hmm.
I treat the CEO the same way I treat the janitor. That's just how I was raised.
Yeah,
you know what
sure.
I mean? Like everyone's human.
Yeah.
So
wasn't that you in that Elote video? Elote man video?
Elotes.
Oh, that wasn't you, Travis?
No, that wasn't me.
Elote?
Why does that take me back to it's an injury?
That wasn't you throwing the egg at that guy?
No,
Oh, okay, go ahead.
never.
Yeah, so
But it's
Go
just
ahead,
like,
go ahead.
it really like it hit me hard because the guy that got fired was very well liked. He was a good
dude.
employee.
Yeah.
He was a good dude. He was good at what he did.
But officially, he got
Everyone
caught
liked him.
on official rule
He didn't
breaking.
even get caught. It was just one of those things. It was like, hey, this happened. There was no evidence. There was no proof. There was nothing. It was just like he's a real dude. So I don't know what happened specifically in this situation, but he lost his job, and he was a good worker, and he shouldn't have lost his job.
It sounds like he needs to call my homie.
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to take
Larry
care
H.
of it.
Parker.
No, hell no.
We'll fight for
He's
you.
still around.
Probably.
Yeah, he's
Damn.
looking younger now than in 1989.
That's surgery.
You know what I mean?
The homie LG Law Center out of La
But I
Puente.
really-
Benjamin Button.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he looks
With his
like.
little Jufro.
Oh,
That's just tight.
yo.
That was the tightest
Like,
thing.
what was it? Damn, my favorite Al Pacino movie. One of my favorites. With his lawyer did him dirty. He came out of the pen. He never snitched on nobody. But the lawyer set him up on a boat. What movie is that?
Set him up on a
with,
boat. Oh, that's
With Joy Leguizamo. And,
yeah. Dang, what movie is that?
Dude, that movie's dope.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
Help me out with that later.
Yeah, it is a good
But
movie.
I'm sure it's a great movie, guys.
Oh, bro.
No, Leguizamo is the star
John
of the
Yeah,
movie.
he's Benny from
Oh yeah, that's
The
it.
Block,
Dang
or
it, what
Benny
is that movie?
Blanco,
It is
yeah,
Benny from
I
the
love
Block.
that
Yeah.
shit,
Jenny
yeah.
from the Block.
No. Benny
I'm gonna find it.
Blanco.
You
Don't
Benny
be
keep talking.
fooled by the
Blanco.
rocks that he got.
Yeah, please help me out with that because that's an awesome movie. Because
That is. That's
Son
a
of
great
a
movie.
Woman.
that has no, but
That
it was better than that.
That's right.
It has a lot to do with a man's pride and morals. When you leave this earth, you leave with nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You leave with no material possessions. You leave with no home you can take with you. But what lasts longer than you and your material possession is how people remember you, and your word and your bond and what you stand on and how you made people feel and the security people had when they were around you. And that has directly a lot to do with you not being a little bitch, not snitching, showing up on time, keeping your word, and just following the bro code.
Doing your due diligence
rules
as
in the
a
street.
human.
Exactly.
So did this dude, your buddy,
Mm-hmm.
did that guy get? You said he's
Yeah,
done,
he got canned, man.
and he didn't report. Oh, Empire.
No, it's not Empire.
It's not Empire.
It's not
Empire's
Empire.
a dope movie though.
It's I can't believe if I went down the alphabet like I normally do, I could remember it, but I don't want to do it on the mic.
Did he go away without like saying, "Oh, but he did this" type of deal?
It was one of those things where the guy who snitched got fired on some shit that was
the guy
his
that
fault.
snitched.
Yeah. Okay. So let me.
Well,
let me
good,
give
right?
you- yeah. Wait. Carlito's Way.
That's
Oh,
it.
Sean Penn.
Oh, bro.
Sean
Carlito's
Penn
Way.
and
do-
Al Pacino.
Exactly. If you do dirt, don't spread the word of other people that do dirt.
Yeah.
Take your fucking punishment.
Yeah.
I've said since I was 15 years old, if I ever do something and I go to jail, or if I need to be disciplined, or if I do something that was foul and I need to have my correction, take it like a man.
Well,
Yeah.
Travis,
Stand on
glad
your
you say
own
that
two-
because today we have a surprise.
Let's
Come
go.
on in.
Come on through. No, seriously. Yeah, no.
Blaster.
Exactly.
What's it
Yeah.
called? That
Oh,
one
dude,
game.
forever. I was such a
What's that game
bully.
called?
I was such a bully in high school when it
That's
came
funny.
to like I had insecurities that I dealt with, right? But one of my defensive mechanisms was to make fun of people before they could make fun of me, and
Yeah.
I was good at it. I was in fear for a long time. that I
Oh,
was
this
gonna
is your
get
life.
Called
No, this
or
is
whatever,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
or Murray Povich. This guy used to bully me, but now look at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
I was gonna like.
Yeah.
It was bad, bro. It was bad.
Well,
But,
you wouldn't do.
That's
You
funny.
wouldn't pull a Takashi.
No,
6ix9ine,
I would
hell
never
you know
pull
what I
a
mean?
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
He's just in a different
Like, I
class.
want to save that for later because he's someone that, like, where's your dad at? Who raised you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, who hurt you? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Something that was something.
Anyways, and he's justifying it in a weird way.
in
That's
order
just
to
part
get
of
that
the game.
first tattoo on the
Yeah.
face and keep going and going
Yeah.
and going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I forgot where I left off at. Okay, so let me just give you the backstory.
Yeah.
So imagine you get fired, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get fired for something you did. You fucked up.
Yeah.
No one
Did
put
you
you in a
just
position
you
to
just
get,
you?
like you fucked up.
Yep.
You know crashed a forklift, or you got caught sleeping on a job, or you got caught with some contraband, whatever it is, you fucked up.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you fucked up, you on your way out, you're saying, oh well, if you're
By
gonna
the
take
way.
me down, well this is happening, that's happening, and you snitch out like 3-4 people. I never understood the point of that. What's the point of that? Like, why do they need to meet their judgment day because you met yours?
Mm-hmm.
They'll meet theirs. If they're fucking up, if they're doing something bad, they're going to meet their judgment day when it's time for them to meet their judgment day.
Yeah.
Who made you the judge now that you're being judged to snitch someone out? I never understoed that.
You know,
really
I
never
threw little
understood
jabs.
that.
Yeah.
After a job,
Mhm.
you know, I'll be like, hey, you might want to check. You know.
Oh no! Please say no. No.
But the thing is,
Yes.
I'm super petty, and it wasn't like I'm gonna take this motherfucker
Right.
with me.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
got
It wasn't
you,
like that. I was just like, hey, you might want to
It's
check
one
the
of
drawer.
those things. Is like, hey, if I'm gonna leave, let me leave my mark.
Exactly.
I get that.
I'll
Or
be
the-
petty.
but there's
I'll
a
be petty to
difference
the
between-
management.
There's a
That's what I'm
difference.
saying. That's what I'm
exactly.
saying.
There's
bro.
a difference.
The drawer's short
between
$800,
Right.
and I can tell you,
Right.
it wasn't one of your employees. But I'm still fired, right? For this reason. Oh,
Okay.
You might want to investigate each one on your employee.
There's a difference between being petty and straight out snitching.
Oh, everyone
You know
knows.
what I'm saying?
I'm
Being
super
petty is
We're all
something
petty,
you could
you know.
do in someone's face. You know what I mean? Or something you could do on a sly.
Mhm.
But it's a thin line, but it's a difference between being petty and snitching.
Mhm.
Snitching,
Yep.
I've never been with my whole entire life. Like, I'll take 3 years before I snitch on someone.
Yeah.
Even if I don't even like that person.
Yeah.
Because my name means more to me. You know what I mean? No one can ever say that I snitched on them.
Mhm.
Ever. And I feel like that's the way to die. That's the way to go out. That's
That's
the
the code
legacy
to-
to
yep.
leave. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want nobody shitting on my funeral or saying something when I'm gone that I did to them. Now, unbeknownst to me,
like
I may
at-
have hurt somebody in the past.
Like
or-
at your reception at your funeral, like,
exactly. But
hey,
like,
you know,
yeah.
like one of our homies.
Exactly.
He'll be like, you know, he snitched on me once.
yeah, like that's. I just. Where
you know,
did
you
where,
don't want that.
no,
That's
never
funny.
that. But like the thing that like hurts me and makes me feel unbalanced as a human being, as a man,
Mhm.
as a fellow gentleman. You know what I mean? Like, where did the rules go?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, where the fuck did the rules go? There's rules to this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we aren't perfect people. Like, why the fuck are we breaking all the rules now? This is the time people need to go back to
Because that
tight
generation,
knit-
Trav.
Yeah, this
it's
generation
past.
is.
You know what I
up,
you know what I
bro.
get from that is that I don't think we're like that, Christian, is because we never really heard my mom or dad talk or gossip about anybody
That's
Oh,
really
that's
true.
beautiful.
ever.
Yeah,
Like
That's
it
really
was
true,
like,
actually.
and sometimes we were actually looking for
Yeah.
something, and maybe me myself, but maybe I was really just kind of earring
Right.
and trying to hear if they would say anything, and
Yeah.
then nothing ever was said ever about anyone. It's kind of, I want to say it's weird, but it's not really weird. I mean,
No, they just got pure hearts.
and that's kind of why we're like that.
It's
Like
just weird nowadays.
I keep
yeah.
to myself. I don't really say anything to anybody, to be honest. I mean,
You can have your own opinion.
About what,
As
bro?
long
Like
as you
what
keep to
specific?
yourself.
Like
what do you-
people's business.
yeah,
or
people's business. I don't tell
Yeah,
people's
of course,
business. You know, or something they tell me like oh,
Yeah.
you can tell me. Like
Yeah,
I'm
keep
not gonna
a
tell
fucking
Hey,
anything.
what about that one thing you
Hey,
told
whoa,
me
whoa,
about?
No, what? Which one? Which
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. Oh, I'm perfect,
Yeah,
bro.
no.
I'll play dumb in a minute.
Oh,
And I be knowing all kinds
Oh,
of
we're
shit.
learning a lot of stuff right now,
Yeah.
Travis.
I play
Well,
everything
nothing
pretty
is
cool.
not
But, oh,
common
shit.
knowledge.
No, yeah.
You gotta hit him with a. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Worldwide now.
Yeah.
Should be by now, right?
Yeah. But I think between the three of us, I don't think that not that we've done anything wrong or to do anything
Right.
anybody wrong.
Right.
But like we don't have an issue or we've never had to
Right.
snitch on each other for
Yeah.
anything. Or if someone asks us a question, we never really snitch on
It's
each
not
other.
even
Not that
just
we're
snitching,
getting
though.
snitched
Like,
on, but
There's a bunch of rules.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
give us like
I'm
let's recap
how I was raised.
and educate.
I had the rules my parents taught me.
Yeah.
And the number one thing my parents taught me, and it was more of like it's more of like a cultural thing. It's like, mind your business. If you see something go down, don't go run into people telling everything, because as a child, you don't know how multi-layered society is.
And as a
think
child, you
the
shouldn't
right
be
thing.
speaking on anything.
Exactly.
Like you should mind your business.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
could be telling something, thinking you're doing the right thing. And I learned the hard lesson in middle school. I got my ass whooped for something that I thought was the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and I needed that. I needed that ass whooping. I was like, damn, I low key kind of snitched the class out. You know what I mean? But I was trying to be a good student.
No, you learn.
Yeah,
That's how
like
we
you
learn,
learn,
though.
like you learn from your
do
shit.
some dumb
Like
shit.
the police
you
officer.
get smacked.
I remember.
Exactly,
I remember one time
exactly.
I learned
And then you know what's acceptable and what's not.
Exactly.
about. I don't want to say snitching, but it's just like, hey, it's like between us and this our business. So, I think it was either my mom's birthday or Mother's Day or something like that. Maybe. Ow.
Oh shit.
Did you get bit?
I don't
He's
know.
having a
Your
stroke.
brother just owed and went to the right.
My knee.
Describe it, bro.
No, it's a pinch. It's a
The
pinch.
listeners
wasn't-
are wondering.
Bro, I'm nervous. Is your right arm? You know what happens, bro. Your right arm, that tingle hits.
What's that? What's that?
That's that COVID shit.
No, that's that heart shit.
Oh, left.
That's the
left.
left
That's
side
the left.
player.
Oh, there's a left.
Yeah.
Well, I grab my left. Yeah,
See,
right
I
arm.
I think I get
left?
bit by a mosquito or something.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's okay.
Um,
Shouldn't have put on all that cocoa butter.
Oh, no. It's that hemp's lotion. It's sweet. I smell sweet. So my dad bought. My mom picked. Okay, he went to go pick up my mom from lunch or something like that. I was with my dad for whatever reason, and we went to.
Because you're his son?
Well, no, I don't know why I was there during the week for no
I don't know
reason.
why I was with this guy.
Stranger.
Yeah. I don't know, he picked me up. He said it was my dad.
Some guy picked me up, right? And then
I look like my dad from the back.
You are now named David.
he got the same name as me. Feeds me.
Yeah, he bought me a cheeseburger. So we went to Pick and Save. Okay, he was
Love Pick and
he was buying something.
Yeah.
And then we went to like the little figurine section or something, and he bought my mom a little doll or like a little ceramic thing, whatever it was, right? And so we go back in the truck, and I was in the back chilling, and then my dad said, "Hey, Lena, I bought you something," and he gave it to her, and she was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Yeah, Dad, got it from Pick and Save right now." And
See, bro, you
and my dad looked at me like
You just devalued the gift like
you
that.
bring
Yeah.
up a
Yeah.
very
he looked at me
very
like,
good
"What
point.
I was just, yeah.
Hey,
He's
you
like,
know what?
And
I
I-
don't get that type of look.
Yeah.
After that,
This
I
is
never,
a need to know situation.
after that, I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm just
But you
mind my
didn't
own
even know
business.
what, like, to
You're
you
right,
pick
my
and
bad.
say, bro, I'm sorry. I know you
No,
got something
no,
to
no,
add
I know,
on
I
top.
know.
But then my mom also said something
Right.
in return, real quick. She said
Because my
that
mom is not even.
She's
I don't
not
even
like
know.
that.
She's just the simplest of girls.
Yeah.
What did she say, bro?
she said that. Well, it doesn't matter where he
That's
got it from.
beautiful.
It was the thought. I was like,
That's
oh, okay,
beautiful.
good.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
So
that was just a funny story about snitching.
that's
No,
that's
a
a
perfect
beautiful
example.
that's a beautiful perspective dynamic.
Minding your business.
You know
Type
what I
of
mean?
deal too, right?
I always mind my
But
business.
no one was wrong in that situation. Your dad got something that he thought your mom would appreciate it.
And she did.
He knew that she wouldn't care where it was from.
Exactly.
She is trying to teach you a lesson that,
Yeah.
like, your dad's a little upset because he thinks that, like, maybe it's going to devalue the gift, but you're bringing it from a point of view like, okay,
It wasn't to be a
yeah,
jerk
it wasn't to
about
be a
it.
jerk.
It was
I used to
innocent.
love to
Yeah,
go
it
to
was
Pick
super
and Save.
innocent as
innocent.
ever.
It's a fascinating place.
Yeah.
It's a junkyard, but yet inside the office there was tons of little tiny knickknacks that they found in the cars.
Yeah.
It was like a treasure trove
Yeah.
of random shit,
Yeah.
right? So like I used to love to go to Pick and Save. My dad had a 76 Monte Carlo that he put 3 engines in
Mm-hmm.
18 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was like I didn't understand. So
Yeah.
you came from a good place, but your dad being older knows what might have happened if
Yeah.
she was in a bad place.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
true.
that was a beautiful example.
Yeah.
Like just perspective is everything.
What if they had
Yeah,
an argument later
absolutely.
on? Need to give me this cheap
Yeah.
stuff from Pick and Save.
No, she's no.
But you know
My-
what? It only takes
Yeah.
one time,
Yeah.
and it could be the smallest. Like it was very subtle
Mhm.
of a lesson for you.
Yeah.
Like, oh dang.
Yeah.
But it was an
It stuck with
educated
me.
lesson.
See,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it now.
Others
Yeah.
go to
Yeah.
the extreme where you do the opposite. Like
Where
the
they-
most
that's why it's
extreme.
It's because they don't
important to
care
pick-
and they don't understand.
Exactly.
That's why it's important to pick your mate based on your personality.
Mhm.
Oh,
You know
what?
what I mean?
What?
Let me break it.
I thought it was big booties.
That's stage one.
There's 4
A
stages.
lot of people never make it past stage one.
That's
But
okay.
like, no, once you really pick your mate for like the longevity of your life,
Yeah.
like there's things I do. I have no ill intention behind it. But if I was with the wrong person,
Yeah. it would come out. They would take it wrong. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I know the person I'm with is a very humble person, so I could find something at the thrift store or a second hand item, and she would be floored. Right. You know what I mean? It's because she's into that whole don't spread waste in the world. I don't need something super new. There's tons of vintage stuff out there that has great quality.
She's not one of those people that she'll give you socks at Christmas time and she'll expect like a boat cruise or something. She's not that kind of person.
She didn't expect anything. She just expects me to wear the socks. That's it. So like I lucked out. That I just tell girls as a way to hit on them that they stopped making girls like you in the 60s.
Oh dang.
You know what I mean? Like that. Like it was like, to me it meant a lot. Yeah. And if that girl was deep or had any depth to her, she would understand what I was saying. Yeah. But if she was like super superficial, then it would go right over her head. Yeah. That was kind of like my open up the passenger door type tip.
Yeah, you have to give options. You have to see what you're working with.
Exactly. And when I met Red, like I knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She passed every test.
Yeah.
And even presented tests to me that were like,
where did you guys meet?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck.
I remember the first time I met her.
Yeah.
I remember that.
You knew it was serious. You knew like right away.
Oh, when you brought someone around.
Yeah.
It was from that.
I would never bring anybody around.
Nope.
I never brought anyone around my mom. Like ever. I think like 2 girls. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The first one was a huge mistake.
You're like my sisters.
Exactly. Oh,
but so where did you guys meet?
We met at a mutual friend's birthday dinner. And as normal,
are you still friends with the other friends?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm still friends with everybody, but like not as close. It was one of those like work things.
Oh, gotcha.
But as normal, I was hitting on a girl. It was her birthday, trying to make her feel good or whatever. And as I was hitting on her, I just glanced to my left at the very far end of the table, like literally 9 people down.
Yeah.
And saw Red glance at the same time.
Like a long ass table.
Long ass table. Hey. I'm talking about like 9, 10 people down.
She have a little spotlight on her.
I'm not joking.
We're ice
twinkling.
It
was like one of those synchronized moments where you look.
Yeah.
You look back, and they're like, "I'm gonna look again," and you look, and they're the same thing. It was one of those.
Did you give them the look like, or give her the look like, "Hey"?
Like
the head nod.
I couldn't really like
want to get out of here.
I just
typical shit. Like
I couldn't get her out of my head. We didn't really talk until the second dinner that we just randomly showed up at.
Oh, it was a second why you do the air quotes? What's up with that? What was the random?
Because the air quotes was
you think
like,
someone's trying to set you up?
Exactly. Oh, okay. I felt like it was either I said something and then they made sure they invited me.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So it was all good. And then it was up to me, and I made my move.
And then the third time was at Jetto's house where we
third time was at
each other.
We were already kicking it then.
During that day.
I was nervous.
During the day.
No. Like me and Red had already had like a couple dates.
Yeah, this
is kicking it.
But it wasn't too far after your first.
It was like a month and a half.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was very nervous to bring her around you guys because it was a little wild.
Well, because we were going to our homie's house. And
we were just. It
was a weekend and
a kick it.
No, it was not a kick it. It was about.
It was a party.
It was like come through. This is about to be it, and it was.
Yeah.
That was a crazy.
But everyone was on their best behavior. Everyone took their little funny shots.
Until Travis had to take her home, probably. Like you know what I mean?
No,
I gotta get out, guys.
We were there for a minute.
We were there for
How long ago was this?
This shit. This was
that's Travis.
09,
10,
2010. Yeah. Yep, I remember for sure.
That's about right there.
That's tight.
But we'll go down memory lane another time.
Oh, okay.
Another time. Enough about me, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up?
No, but like
he's like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Exactly. Oh, speaking of.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys a question. I understand 2 perspectives from that guy's life. One, he was a gangster. Like he was a certified rainbow-haired colored gangster. Like he legit on the books. Government versus Tekashi 6ix9ine, whatever his real name is. He was a gangster. He was part of the I think like 6ix9ine Trey's or something like that, right?
Treyway.
So Treyway, exactly. So in that situation, once you I can't stand that, y'all. You stupid or dumb. Anyways, so once you
mad
join a fraternity, once you join a street fraternity, there's rules to that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 rule is you do not snitch. I don't care if shit goes sideways.
True.
I don't care if someone tried to kidnap you.
True.
Don't act. You can only use that defense if you're a civilian. You're not a civilian.
He knows the rules.
You know the rules. Like don't act like you never had someone kidnapped. Don't act like you never had somebody lined up. Don't act like you never had somebody like put in a bad position. And now when it happens to you,
but anyone that he snitched on had to do less time than him, right?
That's not how you get people back.
But I'm just
once
saying,
you
like,
live in the gray area.
Paid him, hey, do the same.
I'm pretty sure he
do
has.
the same time as me.
Exactly.
I'm doing it.
Exactly.
And
or make moves from jail, but do your time. You know what I mean? If you get an amount of time that you don't think you can handle, that's never something that you feel like you shouldn't be disciplined for. So like I couldn't live my life knowing that I had a judgment coming on me like that. You know what I mean? Like I just, not out of fear, just out of like, wow, like I would have rather took I would have rather took the judgment of the judge and just played out my cards rather than the judgment of my peers. Because now I have no respect from the judge in the black and white area of the world, and now I have no respect in the gray area where my homies are.
Mr.
Like
Lonely Island.
Exactly. Now. Like how do you live your life and die a peaceful man if you aren't shit? Like to me, you aren't shit. Like I can't even associate with someone.
What do you think about this? Like it's probably one of all of our favorite movies is Goodfellas, right?
Love that movie.
So hey, I mean, at the end of the day, Henry Hill was a snitch, right? I mean, that's how he got,
He at the
end
of the day.
So how does that equate to what we would do today? I mean, would you, if you were to be put in that situation, say,
remind me where he snitched the first time.
I don't remember when the first time, but I'm just saying at the end of the day when he had to go to court, he got put in a witness protection, the whole bit, and then he cut a deal. He was even working with the FBI
when he was talking to the camera in the courtroom.
Okay, so
and even at the very end,
I'm not going to say what he did is the right thing to do. I'm not going to say that because it's not the right thing to do. But as fucked up at the end of his career with the mob, he got fucked up on drugs. He lost the love of his life. He lost his way in life in general. He lost the trust of his friends. So all he had left in the world was his life. His literally physical life.
But with those type of individuals and that type of crowd and that type of era, I believe that this is the price they pay for living X amount of life.
If you have honor.
Yes.
So I relate it to like a samurai.
Okay, yeah.
You dig?
Yeah.
You went into war with another clan, and this clan bested you. There's no reason to be like, oh, okay, well, they're coming over the hill. It's like 15 of them.
Yeah.
And they're going to attack you on the south side of your wall.
Yeah.
Just don't kill me.
Yeah.
That's not honor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Henry Hill, you're cornered. You fucked up in life. You did drugs. You lost your wife. You were unloyal. Like, the only thing you have left in this world is your life. So you snitch to stay alive. That's your choice. You die dishonorable. You feel me? But I would rather die with honor. Like, believe it or not, there's a lot of gangsters out here that had to discipline someone and take their lives, and they still cry over it today. Like, they still, like, they drink literally because of that. Because
they had to teach a lesson.
Dude. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like you had to live by the code, and not that dude had to leave. But like I know personally guys that like talk about enemies and ops that were like friends to them, and they no longer are there. Yeah. But they had to do what they had to do. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. Like I just don't get it. Like my brain, like I'm a expert at being a devil's advocate, like and looking at it from both points of view. But I just can't get that. Like, what do you gain from that? That's not a chess move. That's you flipping over the board. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't, like, you ain't even playing a game. You didn't win. Like, you're just making the rest of your time here on Earth miserable.
You got to take it down.
Nothing.
You don't care.
You can't even start over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I think that, like, Tekashi 6ix9ine and, like, Henry Hill's kind of the same to me, to be honest with you. Like, all he had
the money to do anything.
Okay, so here's the thing. His shortcut was to have that pool like Henry Hill did in his gang. Tekashi had money.
Okay.
Almost. Not every cent that he has now, but he was on his way. He had a little influence because he was getting a little popular in some little circles. So I think that's where it's kind of the same. And at the end, all he had was his life to defend.
And now he's out, and he's trying to recreate or start over where he left off. Yeah. And people aren't blowing up his stream because they're fans. Yeah. People just nosy. We're all in the house. We're bored in the house.
I follow him.
You know what I mean?
You do?
Like,
yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
We're bored in the house. We don't got
It's
nothing
entertainment
to look at.
is all.
It's
you
just
know?
entertainment. You're a clown, bro.
Yeah.
You're a jester for the world. Like
Yeah.
no one following you like that. You literally are the world's jester.
Hey, if you
You
saw
know what I
him,
mean?
That might be
like
some
if
real
you
shit.
saw him at the store right here, would
I
you?
wouldn't slap hands. I wouldn't take pictures.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't nothing.
No, I
You?
would. I'll
You?
probably be. Yeah, I'll be like stupid.
Nah,
Like that.
nah.
And then he'll look at me
None
and
of
I'll be
that.
like, hey.
Yeah,
okay.
if he was in
That's
my
about it.
breathing air, like
Actually, no, that's not it. Actually, not.
I would be
tell you
disgusted.
right
Like my work, I'm not even fronting. I'm not
I'll be
being
like-
anything. I just be disgusted. Like I don't know.
No, I feel you. I feel
Yeah.
you. But you know, I'll be like, stupid, and
Yeah.
then he'll look at me. I'm like, hey man,
Yeah.
you want to go talk to our high school boys?
Ah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, we do football, like pump them up,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
before the game. Hey, let me get your number.
Ooh, yeah. I don't
and then
know.
I say that
Yeah.
because my head coach,
That's funny.
he's all about him.
Oh,
And
Oh,
I think
wow.
he's more
Yeah.
all about him because like he's actually with the
Yeah.
kids
yeah.
every day.
That's true.
You know, in school every day when
And
school
that's
is in
the sad-
session, he's getting that mentality. I
Yeah.
feel. And I know he has a barrier, like he's trying to, you know, he wants his ways, but they're on him. He deals with, you know, hundreds
That's like seeing
hundreds of
OJ at
students
the
a game.
gas station and be like, "Hey, can you come talk to me?"
Hey, Twitter world.
You know what I mean? It's
feel you,
like-
but the thing is,
I don't know.
he
Hey,
mentioned
Travis.
that he's the voice of the kids, like Nas was,
Which is the
That's
and
true.
problem.
Jay Z and Biggie.
That's
Which is
true.
the problem.
And
Like,
and
and
and,
me, I'm like, no.
and they don't,
Stop.
but they don't realize it. You know, this is real life. It's not
Yeah.
just a rap here, a song here, album here.
I
Like
think-
he really got in trouble. None of the kids, I think, realized that he went
what
to jail.
He was
and-
up for, yeah, racketeering.
Exactly. They don't understand any of that.
extortion.
Like, who
You know-
cares?
you know what it's
They just want to see his hair.
It's like, you know, you're
Yeah.
waiting for season 4 of Ozark
Yeah.
or season 3 or what?
Yeah.
Four.
Four.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you don't see your
It's
dude,
Exactly.
you don't see your dude for
Glorified, yeah.
6
Yeah.
months or a year or whatever, and then
And
new
he's
season's
back.
coming out with a
Yeah.
banger.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's it.
He's going live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, every like
He's dropping
honestly,
a music video.
Exactly.
What? No.
Broke the
And
Instagram
it's-
live record.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But like, who's not breaking it right now?
But
though?
I thought,
don't think it's fair.
I thought RZA and
Mhm.
what's his name, DJ Premier, they were like at
Mhm.
500K. I was like, oh, this is insane,
Yeah.
Now he's at millions.
Yes.
bro. I was
It's
like,
2 million.
wow, man,
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a
That
lot.
is insane.
That's a lot of eyeballs.
It is a lot of eyeballs.
That's 4 million eyes.
But they're
almost
not-
as much listeners as we have today, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only have half of 2 million, so
Yeah. But
right around a mil.
I look at it like this. Let's say someone live streamed himself hanging off a bridge.
Mhm.
That'd hit 1 million views.
If I go live right now, I'm getting 62
Views.
views. That's it.
Okay.
That's
I don't
it.
think it has
That's
anything to do with
This guy's in the millions.
he's in the
Yeah,
millions, but
true.
he's already reached his name was already in a lot of people's mouth because it's been in the media for so many times. So people in Switzerland, they don't know nothing about the social dynamics of America, but
Yeah.
they know this guy.
Exactly.
He stands out.
Yeah.
People in Russia, they don't care. They don't give a rat's ass about.
But if they saw
what-
him, they'd be like,
but
"Oh
they
yeah, I've seen
still
him
know
before."
him
Yeah.
because it's something that
Takashi
was-
69.
Exactly. It's promoted, and people love America. And let's keep it real. People love America because we promote gangsters. You know what I mean? We promote
The villain.
rebels. We promote people making it, even if you aren't a good person.
Mhm.
There's epic stories about people that weren't good people,
Yeah.
but turned out in great,
True.
situations. And that's like, that's the American dream. Buying a house, working hard, that's not the American dream. Let's keep it real. The American dream has nothing to do with working hard and buying a house and taking care of your family.
Trap.
Yeah.
The American dream is
Yeah.
learning how to work the loopholes.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the American dream. Like, the American dream is learning how far you can push a rule before you break it. Literally, Donald Trump has he's on record saying that, I didn't break any laws.
Yeah.
But you didn't morally do shit right. And you know that. That's why the rules are so important, because there's rules that you can break and there's rules that you shouldn't break.
Yeah.
And there's rules that existed before law.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And I'm an advocate for the old rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's shit
Old
that
rules
you
like
just,
what? The street rules.
No,
No
it's like-
snitching.
yeah, the street rule. No snitching.
That-
don't
and everything that falls
don't
underneath that
disrespect your
umbrella,
mother.
right?
Don't
Mhm.
disrespect your father. Don't hate on your friend.
Don't talk
Don't
back.
touch your friend's wife. Don't hit on your friend's
Wait, what?
girl if
What?
they dead.
What?
What's up?
What's that?
He's stupid. Don't
'Cause I remember that one
Don't
time
bring
we
your
had a
girl
jump
around
suit.
me.
Stupid. No,
True
like,
player for
just
real.
basic
No, I feel you 100%.
common sense that should be regulated not
Yeah.
by the police,
Yeah.
not by law,
Yeah.
but by the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know
Street
what I mean?
justice.
Yeah, street justice.
Look,
Like,
I love street justice.
When he talks about like honestly, like I've had a core group of friends, like legit friends. I'd say like from the neighborhood and still today, like Travis, right? You being my bro, you're my bro. That's an automatic, right?
Yeah.
But there has never,
sometimes,
ever,
this case, yeah, no,
really. ever been a case where like we've ever fought over a girl.
Never.
Ever. Me and my
It's
friends.
too many.
Never.
Or
like, oh, well, shit. Well, you can have her, bro.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
Maybe.
You did? Oh, what? Okay.
Maybe if you said something bad, maybe there was an argument.
Said something bad?
Yeah, but that's
bro,
something
what do
that
you mean?
you deal with. Like, if someone says something out of
like
pocket.
Insult, low key.
Exactly.
No. I'm talking about like, oh, that girl. Oh, you see that girl over there? Yeah, I'm going to get her.
Right.
And knowing that's your ex-girl, whatever.
And someone comes
there's never been an issue
cares?
like that. Ever. You know what I mean?
Ain't no fun.
A lot of my friends. No, the thing is like
that's a different rule book, bro.
No, exactly. A lot of my friends are just
but
like,
let's talk about
we don't care about that.
We can talk about it.
There's certain if you're not in a relationship,
right,
or never been in a relationship, it's ain't no fun.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you know that's baby mama or that's old girl from
or wifey,
no one messes with her.
Exactly.
And that goes always. That goes that way. But there's never been a
if she
conflict or
belongs to the
issue.
street,
Let her go. Yeah.
This is for the single guys out there.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Don't fall in love. Like Snoop told people back in '96, we don't love these hoes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you want to be a hoe, be a hoe. That's fine.
1994.
It literally is fine.
Yeah.
Like live your best life.
Yeah.
Have the best time of your life. When you're ready to settle down, when your daddy issues are ironed out, then no one's gonna. If you're around a good group of people, no one's gonna judge you for what you did in the past.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at some situations we all been hoes to the corporate world, hoes to females, hoes to alcohol, drugs, whatever it is. We've all been hoes in some kind of way.
Something.
To Jesus.
Exact hoes to Jesus.
Jesus.
Them Jesus hoes, man.
That's me.
Anyways.
Gloria. Something.
So,
my grandma used to say Gloria.
Yeah, if
adios
you're around
or
a
something.
good solid group.
Adios. It's spelled the same.
If you're around a good solid group of people and you're all developing and growing and maturing in a good way.
Well, that's why you've kept each other, or we've all been friends for so long.
That's why we're still friends.
Because you're on the same wavelength.
I fuck up,
you carry the same weight.
People fuck up.
Yeah, but you guys carry the same weight.
Yeah.
We all carry the same weight. If there was something that happened to you, Trav, we could pick you up.
Exactly.
Vice versa. If there's nothing,
I've been down a many times.
there's nothing that I can't say to you or tell you about something that I'm going through. Even with whatever it is, there's no judgment. Even if it was involving a girl, you Christian the same way, like and vice versa.
And we're just stuck on a girl right now.
Yeah,
it goes back. Oh man, bro.
Oh, it's deep.
Look, check this. This goes deep, and it's kind of fucked up. Not fucked up, but just as you're going through it.
Right.
I told my brother when my dad was towards his end days. I told my brother we were breaking down left and right in front of each other. Like
I wasn't.
And I would be like,
cool.
he held it together.
Yeah, right.
But I'll tell you a spot where you did hold it together for the best of everyone.
Yeah.
And again,
Oh,
everyone's like, he's going to talk about his dad. Right?
No, that's cool.
No, check it out. My dad,
he
was towards his last days. And I give it like a last days, meaning like the last month.
Yeah. Which was a rough month.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And, we would have, the house would be filled, and me and my brother could only like talk to each other like in the hallway next to the garage. I'm talking about the house was filled constantly. My mom was more than welcoming to everyone.
Because people do want to come see.
Yeah. They and I understand.
And that's okay. You're right, Travis.
And you
You're
know
right.
what? To anyone else out there, and I know they listen, like the family that I don't talk to right now, they said that I was too much of a protector to my dad. Yeah, fuck you, I was. Yeah. And fuck you again because I was. Oh, he's guarding the door again. Oh, he's making sure this. Yeah, damn right. And when it comes time for you to take care of your dad or your mom, you'll understand.
You don't want to be knocked for your contribution.
You're in my dad's house first, and what he had told us, like just take care of your mom. Take care of the house. Take care of the house. Yeah. And I've done nothing but that. Yeah. And they because I heard some stuff, bro, on the side.
Oh, word.
That I was like too much involved with like who comes in and out. Yeah, I was. You better believe it. I lived there. That was the plan. Dad told me to come live with him.
You did
to quote unquote
job,
help my mom.
You did your job. Don't even let them.
No, I'm not. I'm just letting them know. Fuck you guys. And I see you guys driving by all the time. You guys are nothing but low lives. You guys have nothing better to do. You have nothing better going for you. You guys creep in front of my house all the time, every other weekend.
You guys are old as fuck.
Oh, they're like 55 plus. They're like retired almost.
Right.
But
They're
they don't
60,
got,
bro.
They're
They're
not
60
even
years
retired 'cause
old.
they ain't got no jobs.
But you know why they're creeping by the house, yo? And this is just my own perspective. Guilt does a weird thing to you. When you don't act accordingly and you focus on negativity when someone's in a state where there should only be positivity around them, because you didn't choose that positive path, now you feel bad.
Yep. But
now
you know what?
guilty.
I bet you $1 million, or I'll bet you their stimulus. Because you know damn well they're getting it. You know they're on welfare. We know your house has been up. Whatever. Yeah. We know. We're not stupid.
Let's bring it back to the part.
No. But I bet you they wouldn't stop in front of the house, and you know what I mean. Yeah. But
maybe you should invite them.
No, they're invited. Actually, you know they are invited.
No. Like, no, real talk. A lot of times, the best outcome in a situation if someone does you dirty is to make them face the dirt.
They ain't doing dirty. They did themselves dirty. I'm not. I'm not affected by it. But like, trust me, I'm not affected at all.
I know
because I'm doing quadruple better in life than them.
Right.
And my brother. You know what I mean? But I want to go back to what I was saying, dude. Sorry, dude. I'll keep it short.
No. We got
time. My brother and I, back to picking each other up.
Yeah.
Like, if you're down. My brother broke down. I broke down. And I told my brother, I said, bro, when you're down, I'll try to be up as much as possible. Right. And vice versa. Damn, let's try to do that. Like, this is like face to face.
I had this conversation.
Bro, it was like this. Like, you know.
But it worked out like that.
We probably would have got coronavirus if it was active during that time. You know what I mean? Like, we were in each other's face, like, bro, we got to do this. Let's help mom, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, hearing my brother, like, you know, whimper like I would. Right. I'm like, oh, fuck. Damn. I'm feeling kind of down. And I'll go with my brother, I'll grab his shoulder, tight as hell, like, bro, come on. Yeah. Mom's, you know, maybe not feeling the best. Yeah, give me like 30. All right, you need your time. And vice versa. I would break down like, fuck. My brother tell me, bro, you said it yourself. Yeah. When you're down, I'll be up as much as possible. And it worked like that. You know what I mean? So
that's a good.
And my brother held it together during the service. He gave this amazing ass speech for X. I don't even know how many minutes you're up there. It seems like 30 plus. 15, 45.
I never told you guys. It seemed forever. I wrote like a 2-page.
I did too.
Thing in my notes. And when you went up there, I was like,
it defeated everything,
bro. I was like, I remember that I had the open mic there. Like, anybody want to say something? Yeah. Like, I wanted to go up there so bad, but like, you did such a beautiful job.
It was that was right here, bro. No, drink
was you did a really good job, dude. That was mad respect,
bro. And you look nice. And you look. You didn't look. You looked presentable. You look professional. You look like you put a lot holding it together. And I had a 2-page note thing, and that's notes. That's a lot of writing. Yeah. And you know what I did? I swear to God, during the middle of it, I deleted it all. Oh, during the middle of it, because there was nothing that I can say that he didn't say. Yeah.
And I feel like you freestyled that. I don't feel like you wrote that. Like that. I feel like that came from like the heart.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'll tell you what it was.
And I wanted to so bad, bro. But there was no reason for me to. Yeah. And the only thing I wrote that for is to have my brother's back.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's it. And absolutely. When he showed me, you know, like, you guys are out there fighting. Like, let's break it up. No, they got it. Now let them go. Yeah. Hey, back up. Everyone back up. They got it. Yeah. You're good. You know, that's how it was. I deleted that shit because he didn't need my back.
Just one more compliment. Yeah, really quick.
Thanks.
The thing I admire
to my brother?
Yeah, to Dave.
All right, yeah, we can.
No, you like,
and I'll explain why.
That I have a hard time with, and I'm starting to break out of it, is I was really taught. I was one of those kids who was taught that you don't cry as a man. You know what I mean? I remember counting the years as a pride thing that went by that I didn't cry.
Yeah. No,
you know
we get
like,
that.
I felt like I was a stronger man because I didn't cry. And then it like broke like a couple years ago or something like that. But like, when you went up there and you kept your composure, you could have went the easy route.
He could have.
You know what I mean? You could have went the easy route.
Which would have been what?
Which would have been like, say less, pull more emotion out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I felt like that would have been the easy route. That's more the
lighten up the day.
Thing. But the fact that you stood fast as like a pillar of life goes on. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a sad moment. Yeah. This is a moment for everyone to you know, lace up your boots, keep it moving. That's what you would have wanted, and that's literally the vibe that you gave. And that's not easy to do when it's a super emotional moment. So the fact that you chose to go that route was tougher than choosing to go the give me a second.
Yeah,
you know, and
there was no give me a second.
there was like
there was none, bro.
You handled that like a G.
Well, let me tell you why that happened.
Yeah.
I'll have my dad to thank for that because first of all, he did it.
Set a lot of good examples.
And the example was he did countless funerals and eulogies for people that he knew, plus his own family members, his uncles.
How many times I went to funerals where I didn't even know the dude?
Yeah, well, that was my dad's. That was my dad's thing.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? No, this is my dad. If this was me, my dad would be exactly where I was, saying the same exact thing about me. Yeah. And there would be no no difference.
Nope. He would.
That's where you got it from.
You know what? I never even thought about it like that. But like, now that I'm thinking about it, if for some unfortunate reason you left before he did, dude, he would. You couldn't talk about Mickey Mantle or Babe Ruth better than your dad would have talked about you. You know what I mean? And I know that for sure. I know that for sure. So that's a perspective I didn't even consider. Yeah. So that's dope.
Yeah, that was real good. I'm telling you, man. I deleted that. He didn't need anything. And even though I wanted to be, let's call it selfish and share a story.
Yeah. That's why
it was.
I felt like it would have been selfish if I went up there because I could only talk about how he affected me. Yeah. When at that time, it should have been about how he affected everyone. Yeah. And I didn't know everyone. I don't know how he touched hearts of everybody else. But
you know what, Trav? You really don't. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, it's like
no clue.
We're in Riverside,
people from all over.
We're like a small percentage, like 10%. Right. And the thing is also like when he was talking, like I told you, I was done with my notes. Yeah. And my mom knows, like, she knows, like, me and my brother are a really good team. Like, we vibe off each other. Like, a lot of my good friends and my brother, like, there's a difference, obviously, between me and my brother because we know what's going on with our family, whatever. Yeah. Mom knew.
Who's older again?
I forget.
My youngest. Mom knew, like.
She was strong, too, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even, like. I can't put into words how strong she was.
No, I'd probably like die in front of everyone. Like
I really can't put into words how strong she was.
No, and then she would just like squeeze. I would hold my mom's hand, make sure she's good as she's up there. Yeah, trying to comfort all the kids. Yeah, and now, when you try to comfort your mom and other kids, like you do, you protect Diesel. Yeah, you protect Benny. Yeah, there's a different energy. You have when you're taking care of your kids.
The world
someone such as Diesel, he's dead.
Oh my!
You know what I mean? Like that mentality you have to have mentally in these situations. Right. And I remember going to my auntie, our last auntie that passed away. Yeah. Going in there stronger for people who were closer to her, because we know what it's like to lose a mom, dad, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
That shit just makes you stronger, dude. Like it made me stronger.
Yeah.
As much as I miss my dad. Yeah. It made me stronger. I'm honoring him by doing ABC, taking care of the house, taking care of mom as much as I can during this stupid ass time, looking after each other, kids. It was all family, dude. Yeah. But bro, you did a really good job. Really good. Everyone agrees with me because you know nice. They would tell you've heard it after. Davey, that was a good job. Oh yeah, you know I just do what I do. But
I just I drew 100% inspiration from my dad. Seriously, 100%. I was up till about 4:30 in the morning. Probably
that day.
Yeah. No, I really
finishing the video.
The thing is, it is professional because that was my dad's profession, and he would do the same thing for someone else.
Absolutely.
Or he did. I seen it for. I'm telling you guys, weddings, funerals. Yep. I've been to more of those of people I don't know. Than I've actually went to that I do know.
and it's funny.
And there was a protocol that he followed, and I was there with him. Even if he didn't go or my mom didn't go, I was always there with my dad.
He was a good man. But it relates back to what we're talking about. To me, it relates back to that. Like, I'm not a materialistic person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really not.
What's up with that car, though?
I just like the car.
You are. No, the thing is, no. Listen to me. Not you are. Not you are.
No. You're probably telling the truth.
No, not you are.
You're gonna enlighten me right now. So.
But remember, it's all about perception, homie.
Yeah. But the thing is, like,
just kidding.
We like nice things.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
It's not that I like them.
If you don't have everything nice, you have one thing that's dope.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like super dope.
I have nice underwear.
Else is like, hey, I hear you. That's something.
Nice chonies.
No. You know what it is?
Tommy
Okay.
Johns.
From a person who doesn't know me, they would think that I was materialistic. But you don't know where I come from. You don't know where I could have ended up. Mm-hmm. You don't know the choices that I made to sacrifice. Like when, you know me, when the fam moved to VA, I stayed here.
Ass time, yeah. Bro,
I stayed, and who did I have here?
Man.
Zero.
Yeah, no.
I got no family out here. You know what I mean? So like the things that I have, the little things that like make it look like I'm materialistic, I earned that shit. Like 100%. But what relates from your dad that I learned from your dad is there is fact behind being a man. There is fact behind the importance of following a code. There is fact behind making sure that you stand up for what you believe in and not wavering for anyone.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like I go on this rant and I seem like I'm upset because someone made a choice. It's not even like that's his choice. If you want to snitch, that's his choice.
Yeah.
But like what I want to get out there more than anything is that like you can't take shit with you. You know what I mean? So like I read a quote,
and I always think about that too.
Yeah.
About my dad, and I'll tell you right now after you finish.
I love quotes, and one of the best quotes that I read recently was, "Attached to nothing, connected to everything," and it was deep as fuck. I was like, "Damn, that's kind." I don't have nothing from my first grade class, kindergarten. I don't have anything.
Like, what do you mean anything? Like
things anything. I don't have anything from like my childhood. I don't have any like I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Oh, like possessions?
Zero. No possessions.
No school projects. Nothing.
You're right, Trav. Because
I have nothing.
It seemed like when you moved out here, you had nothing.
Yeah.
Like mom said, "Let's go
Real
right
talk.
now.
And
don't worry about your clothes. Don't worry."
Exactly.
Like Trav, I don't remember you ever like Jonah would pull out like.
Remember the Royal Blue Jordans?
Which number?
Creek. The ones I had in the creek,
yes,
and the bat that broke or whatever.
I know. Yep.
What tripped me out is when I wore those, they were like, I remember Jonah. He was like, "Damn, those are dope." And after what I went through when I lived in Virginia, I saw a different side of life, and a different side of poverty that really made me.
Jordan 14s.
14s.
Yep.
Yeah. With the. Yeah, like they were just shoes to me.
No.
You know what I mean? They were literally just shoes to me. And I remember Jonah made a comment like I was in a creek, there was mud.
You were wearing them,
and I broke a bat, and I was upset. But I wasn't upset because the Jordans got dirty.
Yeah,
I was more upset that like it was gonna take me a good hour to clean them. You know what I mean? Like I didn't give a fuck about the those. Yeah, I didn't give a fuck about the shoes. Like real talk, I really didn't give a fuck about the shoes. It was the time it would have took to clean them.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of possessions. I don't have a lot of stuff from the past.
That's true, though, Trav. You are very right on and spot on with that.
Remember when I came back from VA, when I moved like for like a year? I have shit. I have shit when I came back.
Yeah.
Like I cherish my memories, my friends, my relationships, my skills, my personal experiences more than I cherish this material shit because you can lose it like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Trav lived very. Me and again, we were roommates 4 or 5 times within our lives, and he had a bed.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was on the floor.
Yeah.
And the same with me. But the thing is, I had my shoes. I had my shoes. Travis had his shoes, but I had my shoes. I had my stuff from when I was little that I still have in storage today. I have all my trophies. I have all my WWF magazines. I got to bust that out soon, actually.
Which I admire.
You know what I mean? But like, you did. That's what I'm saying. When we moved, it was different. He didn't have that. We came here as a family, like, hey, grab all your belongings, honey. You know what I mean? And
Thank
same
God.
with Curtis.
Because
and the same with Jonah. Well, maybe not so much with Jonah, but you were definitely set aside from the way that you came in.
Right.
AJ, Curtis, and Jonah. I'll put them in the same category. We all came in kind of the same. Mom and dad under the roof.
Jonah cherishes some pretty deep stuff. And Jonah's one of those people that like I saw grow up from such an early age.
You actually seen him grow up. You've seen all of us grow up.
I admire the shit out of Jonah's. Okay, so one of the things I respect out of Jonah is he cares about his parents and his mom's what's the word I'm looking for? Approval. So much.
I hear you.
So much.
Yeah, you want to make your mom proud.
That it's like a gasoline for him. Yep. I was raised off of survival. if you survive,
you want to make it for you because you have to.
You're not there.
Maybe
You're not
Jonah
in jail.
wants to make it for him.
Yeah.
In addition to making his mom proud, which will which would even fuel his accomplishment even more. Which actually goes in hindsight. That's what it is, because every accomplishment he has. And
for the people that are listening that don't know who this is the guy that we were making fun of for being a wavering Buccaneers fan. Yeah. And he's not wavering. I'm just fucking with him. Like he's a diehard Buccaneers fan. 01.
But everyone came in different, and you were definitely set aside because you were known as, not known, but people knew you just were you. Yeah. We didn't get to see your mom or your dad, even your sisters as much. Your brother, because he was close in age to our other younger homies. So I can definitely see it was different, Trav, and you taught us a lot because you were older, coming from Long Beach, AJ coming from LA, Curtis from Garden Grove, me from Paramount. Like if anyone had a connection,
each other, and it's very I don't know how to break it down statistically. Yeah. But the amount of friends that lived on that one block is uncanny. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's uncanny. Yeah. There's people that lived on that block that we haven't seen in 6-7 years. True. That if they move back,
it'd be the same. Yep.
You know what I mean? It'd be exactly like Sean. I ain't seen Sean in like 9 years.
Or Fred.
But like our Fred, I had a little beef with Fred.
Everybody had beef with Fred.
I've seen no for real. I've since.
I think he wanted to fight me one time.
He's wanted to fight everybody. Yeah, okay. He had a lot of anger. But
I did.
Yeah, I think.
You did. Okay, yeah. So yeah.
But like the shit that I had beef with Fred with was unfortunate because at that time I valued respect. Yeah. A lot more than I valued friendship. Yeah. And unfortunately, you got caught in that web. Yeah. So if Fred ever listens to this, I love you, man. I had a lot of good times with you, but what he did at that time was a violation that I could not accept.
That's messed up because he's autistic and he wanted to kick his ass.
He's not autistic, bro. It's not. Okay. I was just saying that, like,
one arm and one leg.
Fred violated me in a way that, like, at that time, financial respect was like important to me.
Oh, so, like,
what happened?
It's so sad. It's literally, now that I think about it.
You know what? I heard a sad story about some money today, so I don't think this one will top that one.
It was over $40. Bro.
Okay, so
it was over $40.
That's just petty.
I heard something really sad today about money, so I don't think this one. You can tell it, dude. I'm not gonna tell this one. No, this one's too sad.
Yeah, wait. Me and Fred fell out as friends over $40, and that's really sad. But at that time, it meant everything to me because I was in the new city. Like, don't shit on my name. Yeah, you know what I mean? Don't know it was over something that like may seem small now, but back in the days, $40 was a lot of money.
You tell him, bitch, I gave you fucking freak famous stars, bro.
Want to hear a quick story before my brother tells a story about money?
Yeah, what's
up? Fred, he was older, he was bigger, he was a grade above us. Yeah. This dude was big, right?
Cool
what up, Fred?
Too.
No, we always do like, what's up, Fred? Like that, you know.
Yeah.
Fred.
Yeah, I owe him an apology for real.
But check it out, I was like, what? He's talking trash about me? Yeah. What? I'm right over there right now. I don't care. I'm going to show him that this is our neighborhood.
How old were you at this time?
I don't know. He just moved in. Like, he was 6 months in, fresh.
Shit.
He was on the new block that they just made, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I was out right. Me and Curtis right over
the
there.
New block.
The new block. It was new because half that shit was built.
Half the block was So we're like, new block is OG block.
Yeah, seriously.
It wasn't even creek.
And Fred's a big dude. Fred's a big dude, man.
Dude. I remember I tackled him.
He's ugly too.
Hey, you know what Fred was right here? Be like, oh, you motherfucker. Oh man!
Stupid.
Hey man,
Fred was not ugly.
And you know what?
All these different.
All these thoughts that I had, like, but whatever. You know, he turned out to be our homie, of course. Yeah. But I was like, fuck this guy. I'm about to go over there right now.
He had no choice.
I rode my bike over there with Curtis and AJ. It was like a Huffy.
Okay.
You know, 10 speed. Actually, it might have been a 12 speed.
Love Huffies.
Huffy mountain bike. Yeah. And I said, "What's up, Fred?" Like that, AJ like pretending to have my back, Curtis pretending to have my back. I see Jonah creeping out from the opposite side.
Go get him.
I see Rosa and Jenny coming out.
Converse?
And no, he was in his garage, and I get off my bike. You know how you ride your bike and just throw it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because you got to get in fast, or you got like an attitude. So he comes out of his garage with a hockey stick.
No.
And me, after I drop my bike, I'm like, fuck.
Black dudes
I'm
don't
like,
play hockey.
And I turn back to Curtis and AJ. Like, I turn back to Curtis. Oh, he needs to bring a hockey stick. Punk ass like that. You know, what's up, fool? He drops his hockey stick.
No.
I was like, oh, damn. And he's big, dude.
Yeah.
I'm talking about middle
he was
linebacker,
solid.
dude.
Yeah.
As a
He was
kid,
solid.
he's like junior Seau.
Yeah. He was like $140.
And he comes down his slanted driveway, and I meet him at his driveway and where the gutter is.
Yeah.
And I ended up on the opposite side of the street in the gutter because I could hear the water.
She's like a
whooshing
by
by
my ear. And I remember I got my shoulder wet.
No.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
what
damn.
in the world? What is this?
You got knocked out?
This is my Tommy Hill video.
This is my Tommy. No, it was like 7th grade, 6th grade, whatever.
Yeah.
Fresh. And then he came out. He's like, what? You talking shit? I was like, no, you're talking shit. And I didn't even get to say that.
Yeah.
He dropped the hockey stick. He hit like this.
Yeah.
Like this. Not like, old school.
What do you mean?
He hit like this, like
Oh,
this.
like this.
Like this.
With your
No.
yeah.
The bottom-
He came out.
bottom, yeah, like Sinead, bottom of your palm.
Yeah, exactly like this.
Oh,
He came out. I remember I was just like,
You
what's
throw
this guy
rock,
charging
paper,
me for?
scissors.
Yeah.
Because I was just about to like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was going to do.
Yeah. You had no plan.
But he did whatever I thought I was going to do to me before I could
right.
even do it.
Yeah.
He hit me on the side of my left face, right face. He said, bah, bah, with those palms. What do you call them? What do you call these?
I don't know. It's like the bottom of your palm.
Yeah, he hit me like that. And I went down on the ground. I was like, oh. And I started swinging.
Yeah.
I remember wrestling. And
Was
I
I on
remember,
the block at the time? Or
no, not yet.
Okay,
And
okay.
I remember at the end of the day, I was like on the ground with that water going by my ear.
Damn.
And I remember all the homies like picking me up, like, get out of here, Fred. Because he was bigger, And I remember Rosa coming to be like, oh, get up. I was just like, yeah. I felt like Craig on Friday, but opposite.
Oh, no.
Because I got beat up.
Cut.
Come on, Craig. Get up, Craig.
Get up, Craig.
Get up, Craig.
It was opposite, bro. And I remember I got all the
Hey,
love. Like, you
but
stood up to that guy. You
But
stood up
you
to that
live to fight another day.
guy. Exactly,
There
dude.
you go.
Exactly.
You
Shout
win
out
some,
to,
you lose some.
Witherspoon, man.
That's right.
Yeah,
Pops.
I'm not afraid to say I got my ass whooped because I got
Yeah.
my ass whooped on there,
Yeah.
but I was a hero.
The biggest
I was a
gangster,
Creekside
I'm telling
hero.
you, the biggest gangster, like my brother, he's well known for his hands, but they
Please.
always told you to, if you catch an L, go back, find him again.
I got beat up like 5 times.
You know what I
so.
mean?
Dang, I got
Yeah.
whooped a legit 2 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Other than that, nope.
What's the
Yeah.
worst time you've been beat up?
Well, actually 3.
Every time I've
740.
ever been beat up is
Oh,
when I
yeah.
didn't fight back.
Let's tell that story. That's a
Yeah.
great story. for sure.
Every time I've ever been beat up,
This is
it's
probably the
because
best
I didn't fight
podcast we've
back.
had.
You didn't fight back?
Watch.
One time, I'm not joking you. Like every time I got beat up, it was in middle school because I was told. I listened to my mom more than I listened to my.
Trav,
my
it seems to me
Mm-hmm.
that you really had like no 100% confirmed direction of what you need to do as a kid.
Yeah, that's
and you
crazy.
kind of had to figure out yourself.
And he
Yeah,
did,
I did.
yeah.
Well, what
and that's why
happened
he's so
was-
strong-willed these days is
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
said, no, this is how I built myself, and this is
Yeah.
what I'm going to
But
do.
he went through so many lessons
get it.
on
My
top of.
brother
I feel
left.
you went through 2
Yeah,
lessons.
when my brother left
of each scenario.
he was 13 and
Yeah.
I was 9. You dig?
Yeah.
So when he left,
That
it was like a vacuum in the function of the house. Like
That's
he
a-
was the protector.
4 year dude. Me and my brother.
Yeah.
What are we? 6, 7 years apart? 6 years
Yeah.
apart?
5.5.
Whatever
so when
it
he
is.
left, I
That's
didn't
a
know
closer gap.
like when we went to the park, I went with my brother. When we went to the store, I went with my brother. When we
Oh,
went to
that
the beach, I went
That
with
kind
my
of
brother.
fucked you up, right?
Like
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden he was gone.
That was kind of like if it
So
was
I
me
had
and you.
no guidance. I just had my stepdad, which I was angry at because he sent him away.
you have to be mad at
Yeah,
something.
so like he was teaching me what he thought he needed to teach me, but he was so tainted by the corruption in Virginia that like I was like, dude, not all white people are fucking horrible. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like
yeah.
what the fuck? Like so I had to learn a lot of shit.
Yeah, the
myself.
1%, dude. They
But,
listen to us. They listen.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
us.
after middle school, I learned a lot. That's when my education started when I
Yeah.
went to Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I learned a lot of bad lessons. I learned a lot of like I had to literally figure out what people to hang with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like who was the shit?
Travis, did you feel like when you came into our neighborhood, you had no other choice but to hang with us?
No.
Did you feel that you needed to make friends in the neighborhood? The first time I met this guy, he was on a bike, and I was rolling up to AJ's house, and AJ said, AJ, this is a new guy from Long Beach. Like trying to get me like to hate you already.
Damn, race wars.
I saw. Okay, so when you gotta understand it. Like
that shit was fun.
I went to Virginia when I was 16. I got the largest education when I went to Virginia. I thought it was bad at Virginia. I thought it was bad at
like
Long
books
Beach.
or
no street education.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was bad in Long Beach.
That's like me when I worked in the nightclub.
Oh yeah.
I was being hustled by crackheads that were 17 years old that were going to the same high school that I was.
It's okay. They're dead now.
No. When I say hustle, like they didn't have moms, they didn't have dads. They were living in crack houses. They were like,
I got you.
You know what I mean? It was an education that no one could even possibly imagine in Long Beach. Like I thought it was bad in Long Beach. It was bad in Virginia, and I was in Suffolk, Virginia.
Suffolk. We know that. We know that. It's been mentioned 8 episodes.
Country, yo. Like it's a different type of poverty.
Well, what city would you
equate that to?
Yeah, equate that to in California.
In California.
What's that next to Paris?
That's a great question.
It starts with M.
Hemet.
Hemet's
Mentone.
like Disneyland.
No. Remember that one dude?
Skid Row. I would equate it to
Skid
Row.
Row. The whole city like Skid Row?
No. What I'm saying is like Skid Row. Those people
So to be
live off of like maybe $8 a day.
Oh, you're
$10
okay,
a day.
I got you.
I'm talking about people that were living off of like, no income.
Yeah.
They only had family to rely on.
But what's the environment out there? Is it more dirt, concrete?
So it's a lot of dirt. It was the largest swamp area. It's the largest city in Virginia.
Yeah.
But yet it's the poorest city in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like all the money went to Newport News, all these other places.
How close to the water, the beach, the water?
30, 40 minutes. Everything was like 30, 40 minutes.
So the same as here, roughly.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a small place.
It's put it like this to give you a perspective. The city has not changed in like 80 years.
It's not changing.
You can go if you were there in the 70s and you went back now, there might be a few new buildings, but I guarantee you a lot of the shit you saw.
It's like
when you were in the 70s,
San Jose.
Exactly.
Did you ever go to the beach there?
Oh yeah. Virginia
Is it different? Is it a different vibe?
It's like a little strip. It's
are
like
there piers and all there?
Yeah, it's all that. Wherever there's a beach, there's profit. So there's always change there or whatever. But I got a different type of education in a lot of different ways. I don't want to talk on it because it wasn't always pleasant. I almost shot myself. You know what I mean?
It happens.
Like my first time handling a gun, I almost shot myself in the leg. I shot through the second story to the first floor. There was probably a whole ass family downstairs.
For real?
Yeah. Like I got a deep education in Virginia.
For real?
Yeah, man. Like deep. So when I came back to Long Beach, my sisters and my brothers pointed out, you're different. Like, why are you so quiet?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just taking it all in. I was admiring the blessings that I didn't even know were blessings.
Yeah.
And then that was when I went to Long Beach.
Yeah.
When I came to Riverside, I was like, oh my God,
so,
I can't handle this shit. You know what I mean? This shit is like Disneyland.
So when did you get your ass beat though?
In middle school.
In where?
Middle school. Yeah. In middle school.
Man.
Like so the first ass woman I got, I had a good friend that I knew since elementary. His mom died.
Yeah.
And till this day, there's only one person on this planet that's gonna get it on the spot. I don't care if I'm the CEO.
For real?
On the spot.
Dude.
I know his first and last name. On the spot, I'm taking off on him. So
does she live here or does she live around here?
It's a guy. So I had a friend that was a good friend of mine in elementary school. His mom died, and
that's weird to have to have a death like that.
I have one person, and he gonna get it on the spot.
For real?
I swear to God, if I ever run into him, he get on the spot. So I had a good friend from elementary school, and his family was heavy into gangs. So he was kind of forced to fight me. His mom died, and
forced
the guy
to fight.
that was in my science class told him that I was talking about his mom. He knew the trigger to pull.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it wasn't true. So I thought that I could just be like, yo, I didn't talk about your mom.
Yeah.
And it would be a deaded thing.
That's a middle school thing, though.
Yeah, exactly. So we're in a crowd of people.
Yeah.
And he just steals on me. And I was stunned. I was shocked. Ooh. I was like, yo, like, how would you think that I would ever say that? Like, I met your mom. Like, we've had dinner together.
We didn't have mac and cheese last night.
He was like,
exactly.
What?
No, it was
the
like
real mac and cheese or
the
mac and cheese?
No, it was like pork chops and shit. But no, on some real shit.
That
like,
close
I was stunned.
We didn't have mac and cheese. We just had mac and cheese sounds.
Fights in middle school, it's 1-2 punches and it's over.
That's it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't get my ass whooped.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't leaking or nothing. It was just kind of like I just folded. I couldn't believe that this was life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is a good friend of mine.
But you have to fold at some point in your life in order to get past that.
It wasn't until high school that I didn't give a fuck about shit. And I was like, okay, you like I said, I was a bully. You know what I mean? Like I was legit a bully in high school. So
I mostly got beat up in middle school in 7th grade. I got beat up 6th grade and 7th grade.
No one gets
What'd
beat
you call
up.
me?
It's like you lose a fight. It's like you lose a fight.
So I got.
It's not big.
So I got jumped one time. I got beat up twice in one day.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Whoa. That's
seriously.
I've never heard of that.
And then
this is a movie script.
Oh yeah, no, I got beat up twice in one day. Once they forced me. I don't even know what happened.
Caitlin.
Oh my god, I got beat up twice. I showed him my balls and showed him who I really was.
They're like, there's only one.
Get him. So I don't even know. I just remember. I just remember everybody closing.
Yeah, let's get him.
I got pushed into that. I don't even know what was said.
Like
I don't know.
pit.
Yeah, it was a fucking big ass mosh pit, and there was one guy who had it out for me, whoever it was.
You said grade?
6th grade. This was 6th grade. And
what was the backstory?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh,
I don't remember. I don't remember. Damn. And so I just got pushed in there. The other guy got pushed in there with his other homies, and he was kind of reluctant. And they were like, nah. So he ended up saying, "Fuck it, let's do it." So I got fucking chopped up, and I was like trying to do my best to roll, and I was on the ground and shit like that. And then the teachers came and said, "You know what?" And everybody said, "Hey, fuck that shit," and we're gonna get you after school. I was like, "What is going on?" And I had one more period after that. One more period. So what happened? So I went to get my bike. My fucking tires were flat because they knew which bike I used to drive. So I got my bike and I was like, oh my God. I went back into the classroom
there was
and said, hey, teacher, is there any way I can get, do you have a pump or something I can use? Nope. And I was like, fuck, I'm doomed.
And then as soon as you leave the door.
So I left and it was like a calm before the storm. You could feel it. And I was like, it was so
quiet out.
It was so quiet, so quiet.
You hate those situations.
But here's the thing: I went the back side, the side I usually don't go on, and I went towards the track in the back by the fucking bleachers. And there, those motherfuckers were on their bikes, and they fucking threw down, and I got beat up again.
Were they like swirling chains?
No, but I
one
remember.
of them popped out their pocket.
But I remember,
like a movie
but I remember I hurt my foot. I hurt my foot on my own bike for whatever reason. I probably fell through it or something like that.
You
but
were
I got beat up again.
away and it was flat.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I was pushing my bike. It's messed up. So, anyways, I pushed my bike, and I don't remember what happened after that.
They're swinging the chain like double dragon.
No.
Yeah, double dragon.
After that, my next fight in high school, I'll never forget it. It was in the lunchroom, and I stole off on somebody. Like, it was brutal, bro. Like, he was trying to make fun of some shoes that I had on or something like that, and I thought it was like legit prison. You know what I mean? I was like, oh hell no. Like, stole on him, like just pushed him over the bench. His legs were caught on a chair, and it was extremely unfair. It was unnecessary. Oh my God, I just didn't want people to think I was soft. You feel me?
Of course,
so, like, it was just one of those things.
Well,
like, I felt bad.
We're not. That's the thing.
Yeah, I felt bad now. And then after that, like, no one really tried me because I gained a little height, gained a little size. Like, I was probably one of maybe 20 of the largest guys at the school. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, it worked out.
In and around 400 pounds?
No. 320.
320.
No, I was probably like $130.
Oh, okay.
I was pretty solid.
And what grade?
9th grade.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I was pretty big.
Dang, I was like 160, 12th grade. Top.
60, yeah, that was me too. Let me tell this one, Christian, you got to get to this. So the last time I got beat up, jumped, was jumped. So I was at probably I don't know. I think we were coming back from a club or something like that. And we went to a friend's house.
What grade is this?
No, this is recent.
Okay,
Not recent. I say like 11, 12 years ago maybe. So, anyways, we're coming back from club. Went back to a friend's house. There was girls with us.
Metro.
No. We were coming back from
Branding night.
No, from Canton Bistro.
Oh yeah, Redlands. That was fake.
That was the spot.
There's no other city that I feel so unsafe than Redlands.
What?
Redlands,
Dude,
yeah,
Canton was a spot, bro.
But Canton, you never been to Canton.
Probably not.
He did.
I hate Redlands.
Oh, really?
He did.
Okay.
Hate Redlands.
So that used to pop off. Anyways, we went.
No,
we went back to my friend's house and we were in the pool. This is what happened the whole night. So we went back, we jumped in the pool, it was like freezing.
Yeah.
And then we got out. We're like chilling, all cold and drunk and whatever. And then
punches feel different when it's cold.
yeah, no, for real. So anyway, something happened. One of the girls went outside. Anyways, the girl that I was talking to, she came outside, and there were some guys outside who had called her, and she went out, and like they were kind of having an argument. She was like, "No, what the fuck are you guys doing? You guys need to get out of here.
Can't help. I'm with my friends.
Yeah, you guys need to get out of here. Like, don't who told you we were here? Blah blah blah.
Damn,
and,
that?
Yeah, and then so the other friend goes outside, and then I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" So I go out like, and just looking. Not okay.
Yeah.
Just looking. It wasn't my girl, but
you got to stick up for the girl because that's your girl's girl.
Well, it was actually the girl I was talking to for a little bit.
It sounds like you were just there.
Kind of.
Hey guys.
Okay, it was the girl I was talking to at the moment, like just for a little bit. And so I go out,
just for a little bit.
but I wasn't gonna try and rescue the world. I was just trying to see what's up. I was like, who is yelling?
Kate was in the closet.
That's it.
Why are you hollering?
Yeah. So I go out there, and they're like,
at breakfast,
and they're yelling at each other. And this girl, she kicks the dude's car door in, makes a dent as big as your fucking head.
No.
And it went silent as fuck.
No.
And the guy got out of the car. And by that time, my other homie was outside. The other girl was outside, and I was outside. And she was like, "Yeah, fuck this guy right here. Fuck these motherfuckers." And there was 4 dudes in the car, and it was like a little lowered Honda, a little pearl paint. So I was like, "Oh my god."
Honda SI?
Yeah, there you go.
Blue?
yeah, there you go. It was white. I was like, "Oh my god." So I saw the dent in the door. I was like, "Damn, that's fucked up. That sucks." And they were like, "Hey, she's with you?" I was like, "Hell no, hell no."
I didn't like that, homie.
Oh yeah, she is.
Oh yeah, she is. And I was like, "Nah." So I started pulling her back, and then she kept going because I was there now, and so it just got into like, "Hey man, I don't want any trouble. Like it is what it is. I don't know what you guys can fucking take her and kidnap her for all I give a fuck." and then so all of a sudden I look back to my homie that I thought was behind me.
Yeah.
And he wasn't there.
Right?
He was way behind me.
And
I'm gonna tell him the story again. And I'll never live this down.
Who is it? Let's call him out. Right
Izzy.
Yeah.
Izzy.
Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised?
Izzy. Izzy. It was Izzy.
Man.
Wow.
So fuck, man. So I looked back and I was like, "Damn, where'd he go?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shit." So as soon as I turned around, these motherfuckers, this fool jacked me in my mouth. Look at this shit.
No.
Yeah, that's from that night.
No.
My lip was split open in half.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Split the fuck
What
open.
city was this in?
It was at
Still in Redlands?
Yeah, no, it was in Riverside.
Oh, Redlands, Riverside. Hey.
Yeah.
The car ride.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Fucking Izzy.
so anyway, so they
There's
fucking
always something fishy about that.
so as soon as I got hit, I got dropped, of
Can't
course.
put my finger on it.
I didn't get knocked out. I just dropped to my fucking one knee. I didn't get fucking knocked
Okay,
out. The
there
fool
we
didn't
go.
have that much
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
And these fools just went in.
You got to act like it when there's 4 guys. Like,
But I did. And all I remember saying was like, yo, and like after the 30th yo.
You got Pooh Bear. It's all good.
No, hey.
Oh, Pooh Bear.
No, hey, listen.
What is he gonna do?
Yeah.
I've been in that
No,
situation.
you can't do
I've been in that
anything.
situation.
They fucking first of all, I got sucker punched.
I'm not saying it's your fault.
I got knocked
saying,
down.
And there's 4 guys waiting for you.
There's 4 guys. One guy's kicking me here, and I'm getting fucking
You're not getting
jumped.
away. You're not winning.
No, I'm not saying it.
And after that, like after I was like, yo, I don't know what the fuck.
I've never been like jumped. I've seen it happen. It's like I always feel some type of way when people get jumped. I'm like, that's kind of not fair.
I got jumped and I got it on video.
Oh, word?
Yeah, man.
So hey man, so listen,
Pooh Bear, 740. How much time we got, bro? Oh, we good?
we got like 20 minutes.
I got
like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we're only at 1:38. We're straight.
Oh,
Anyways, I mean, we all been through.
But this
shit.
fool, listen. So
I've never seen more fights than with this guy.
that's true. That's true. So let me tell you one. Let me tell you one more, and then you could. I'll preface this, and you could tell us a
yeah,
740 story.
things.
So one time we were right here up the
Yeah.
we're up the street at La Sierra El Torito. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
And this dude.
Unlimited mimosas.
God.
Brunch is Sunday.
It's the worst El Torito.
Yeah.
bro.
So it was like Taco Tuesday or
It's not
something
El
like
Torito
that.
anymore.
I don't think it's
like-
even there.
No, it's Rodrigo's.
Oh.
Right.
I'm gonna have to go check it out.
Rodrigo's.
So we went in there in the dining room, like for the happy hour, like the bar area. It was kind of small, and it was kind of crammed in there. Those little wooden
What
things
day
you
was
got.
it? Like
It was Taco Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday. Okay. Oh, El Torito Central Plaza.
No, right here in La Sierra.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Go ahead. Continue. Yeah.
And so we go in there, we get some drinks, and then I forget what happened. But anyways, all in all, what happened? Somebody was talking shit to my brother.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, La Sierra in the cut next to In Cahoots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
not
right
La
here.
Sierra right here.
Yeah, it's right here.
No, I know what you're talking about. Next to In Cahoots.
Yeah, but it's El Torito.
Yes.
So, anyways, something happened. Someone talked shit.
Oh,
And
Izzy.
Probably. And my brother was like, "Hey, man, what's up? Was there again?"
He always
I'll tell
gets
you, I know
away
the story.
clean.
I know
Okay,
you're
go
talking-
ahead.
I know the
Go ahead.
whole story.
So you tell the rest of the story. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you what happened at the end. Me and Izzy ended up on the sidewalk talking to the cops with our hands behind our backs. And then what was cool because I fucking saved the day.
Yeah.
Because me being Mr. Hospitality,
Yeah.
I went in there and I said something to the manager, and we became cool like right off the bat. And I was like, "Hey man, this is really cool. I've never been here before." He actually came back out when the cops were like, "Hey, you guys want to press charges against these fools?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, man, those guys are good. They didn't do anything." I was like, "Oh my god,
Bro,
thank you, guy."
I love Izzy to death, but ever since I first hung out with him, my spider scissors went up, bro. I swear to God, yo. Like I remember the first time we ever went out. Remember we went to some low-key drug house in Mobile or something.
That's
It
tight.
was like a back alley. Dropped him off. He picked up a truck. It was in
that was-
Mobile.
that was
That's his mom's
man.
house. That's his mom's house.
Ironwood in Paris.
No, I was like, no.
It's just dirt, no streetlights.
There was no street light.
It's the
I was like-
Suffolk of
I
the
was like,
Inland
yo,
Empire.
bro, I looked out. I'm like,
He's like, "Damn, we rolling on
I
rocks
don't
right
know
now."
about this dude,
You hear
man.
the
Like,
rock-
I don't know, yo.
It was like 3 more houses
Yeah.
deep.
No, I mean,
Then I wanted to
now
travel.
We know he's
Yeah.
super cool.
He's like,
but,
"What in the country ass
he's
road
just-
is this bullshit?"
Yeah, man. He would have given us the info. Like, what?
I just remember I was in the car. I was like, yo,
You gotta
where the
remember,
fuck
it's normal.
are we right now?
It's normal to
But
him.
I didn't know that.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
didn't know
yeah,
that,
come pick
though.
me up. Like, Izzy, where's your house?
I was looking
He's like, I
around
just
in the
gotta pick
car
up a
like,
truck
what
real
am I
quick.
gonna use?
It was always
Just in
pick up a
case.
truck
Yeah.
right now.
And it was
'cause-
always quiet. I was like, hey, shh.
because he was like headed to his wife's house now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like he had to work somewhere
Everything was
early
so
in the
like
morning.
low key secret. I'm like, this motherfucker send a law type.
Oh, he's
motherfucker.
all legit American, 100%. You know,
Oh yeah, no, Izzy,
on the up
we
and
love
up.
you, Izzy.
Yeah.
No hate. I'm just saying, but like I always
Little
kept
hate,
my
little
guard
hate,
up
seems.
around
Fucking Izzy, dude.
because you never know who he like
Fucking Izzy.
left behind. You know, you
Yeah,
never
yeah,
know.
yeah.
You
So
never
tell these
know.
2 stories, Christian.
The El
Yeah.
Torito story. I remember this guy. We were Taco Tuesday in El Torito. Me, Izzy, my
Yeah.
brother, and this dude kept on walking around, and he bumped my brother. He bumped my brother, and my brother looked at me the first time. He was like, "Did you see this guy just bump me?"
Yeah.
I was like, "That was weird." Nah, let's see what happens. Grab another drink. 15 minutes later, same guy comes around, walks around. It's not that tight of a zone,
Right. So
and he
there's
comes
no
and
reason.
bumps my brother again. I was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
check it out. I'm gonna stand where you, bro. Stand right here."
Yeah.
And if he comes back around
Then it's on
and he
purpose.
bumps me, you know it's on purpose,
Yeah.
and we're gonna fire on him because he was like one of those Mexican dudes, bloodshot. He was faded,
Right.
but faded or not,
He's trying.
he
to
knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So he goes around the 3rd time, he bumps me, and I start talking shit to him, and then I ended up punching him.
Right.
And I remember, like the old Western movies where you like punch some dude and he falls on the table and the
The table
table
flips.
all
It
the
table
flips.
flips. You know what I mean?
Shut
It was
up.
It
just
did.
like that.
Shut
It
up.
was.
I fired on him because I
Yeah.
don't play, bro. I don't
Yeah.
play. And for
Yeah,
you know,
you can tap into your anger real quick.
real quick,
I've always been jealous of that. Like it
No,
takes a lot for me to get
it is
pissed
not
off. Yo.
nothing to be jealous of.
Yeah.
Trust me, dude, because it got me in a lot of trouble. And I knocked him.
Yeah.
I didn't knock him out, but I punched him 2
But
times.
the table flip.
I got a
Yeah.
cool little 2-hitter quitter
Yeah.
with my right, and then
Right.
I'm always on the defense. And sometimes like, oh shit, he got knocked out. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then I look back, and I just remember everyone's at a stance. And I
Yeah.
remember Izzy grabbed a stool.
A stool.
Oh shit.
And you know, like in the old days, like the World War II movies,
Yeah.
like Saving Private Ryan,
Yeah.
where they're just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Izzy had the stool, and he had it in his hands. He was like hitting people, like lunging it forward, pushing it forward, like it was retracting back
No!
Yeah.
after he took a
Yeah.
shot, like.
Like, get off me.
Like Private Ryan, watch out! Like he was like hitting
I
it
love
repeatedly,
that.
like this.
Yep.
That's
And
smart.
he had the 4 legs, like pointing
Yeah.
up, hitting people. And I remember my brother like going crazy. Like, it was like a whole.
I just remember stools going over my head. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you know who was there? Candace.
Oh, damn.
Our guest 2 weeks ago.
I don't remember.
Candace.
I didn't remember.
She was there with
Yeah.
her friend, with us at the bar, and then you see Candace get a stool.
Yeah.
Because Candace is just like a dude.
Yeah.
When it comes down to fighting,
Right.
she has her back. She said, "Where are the girls at? Do you guys worry about your?" Candace is like,
she's down.
she's
man.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what happened.
I never have to worry about
We ran out.
Yeah.
I ran out. I went to In Cahoots. I remember I was in Cahoots because I think maybe Danique was there. I don't
Maybe.
know. I got in Cahoots. I was chilling there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like calling my brother,
Yeah.
answering because they were on the curb. I got on my homie's
Detained.
car. Yeah, I got on my homie's car. Bro, this is a long ass night. I
Okay.
got on my homie
I'm
Raphael.
listening to the story, but like all these other stories.
Check
are
this out.
coming.
I got on my homie Raphael's car,
Yeah.
and he drove me in front of my brother and Izzy.
Yeah.
And I was looking at him like, "You guys are on the curb." And then Izzy just looks at me and like shakes his head like, "Keep going."
Oh yeah.
going.
Oh, that's right.
I was like,
that's
yo.
right.
remember this story
That's right.
now. Yeah.
I was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
That's
okay,
right.
Rock,
That's
let's
right.
go."
Moving,
And I
yeah.
was like calling my brother, "Hey, meet me at the Rocks Club."
That's right. That's right.
And then
That's
that
Where's
right.
the rocks at?
Tyler in Indiana. And I went with my homie Raphael.
right.
And that
Holy
same night,
shit,
he got a
bro.
gun pulled out on him in front of me. I'm like, "Yo, come on, dude! Like, yo, like he got
If
beat
you
up."
really think about it, we survived a lot of shit.
you know how
I've
you
had
got-
a lot of guns pulled out of me.
Me too.
And it keeps happening.
Me too.
It keeps
Yeah,
happening.
right, right.
Bro,
but you remember
it's-
how you said you
yeah.
got beat up twice in one night?
Yeah.
I got into like super shit twice in one night.
Yeah.
And then like he ended up beating him those
The-
Samoans up.
Oh
I was
damn.
like, so bro, you don't dude, I got
Yeah, you don't
Samoan
mess with
family,
Samoans.
not family, but
Yeah.
people that are my family. Bro, you just don't mess with them. But he
It's a
stood up.
big-
And
it's
then
a fight you don't want to get into. Take a Red Bull
Nah,
before
dude,
you fight.
that's why I
Samoan.
keep them as my homies.
But the number one,
Fuck.
it wasn't a fight. But the number one, Christian gets kicked out of a lot of clubs.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's on purpose a lot of times. I
Mostly
felt.
bars, not clubs.
Yeah, mostly bars.
Actually,
but one club,
equivalent.
it was in Vegas, and it was pretty epic. And it was
R.I.P. I
when
just
yeah.
killed the club. Oh yeah, that's when that song just came out.
Bro,
R.I.P. I just
It
killed
was
the club.
It was so funny that even the bouncer that was kicking him out
Was laughing.
had to like just sit back and be like, okay, bro,
Yeah.
okay. As he was getting taken out, he was like, I think you stopped and took a drink.
Oh no, I had my
He
drink.
like sat with a bird.
No,
It was
my thing is
hilarious,
like if
bro.
you're gonna kick me out, I'm gonna
Yeah,
drink
you
until
gonna
you kick
make-
me out all the
exactly,
time. And I got my cups
exactly.
in my hand.
And the song came on.
Yeah,
It was
exactly. That's
perfect
how we know
timing.
that
It
Brad
was like,
knows,
"Oh,
Jonah
I
knows.
feel just- oh, bro.
And then I was just like, yeah.
It was very funny.
I had two
It was
drinks in my
very
hand. I was
funny.
like, hey, I'm not about to
He
spend.
was like, come on, you gotta go. He was like,
Yeah.
oh,
And on the
bro,
way
it was
out, I was
funny,
like
yeah.
pretending to hand girls my drinks, like, hey, you can have
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
And I would do like that, and I'll spin move, and
Best-
psych. And then all my homies were behind me,
Yeah.
like, fuck. Hey, Brad, go with him. And then
I
me and
haven't
Brad
seen
had like the best time
I
after
haven't
that.
seen a club exit like that, even in the movie.
Bro, I'm
Even in
telling you.
like you
That's
should
movie
sell
shit.
that scene to like someone who's writing the movie.
That's
'Cause
movie
I've
shit.
never seen
We'll
any
write
shit
it in.
like
We'll
that,
ex-
bro.
We'll
That's
make our
just
own shit.
Exactly,
hilarious.
exactly.
So
dude.
tell us the 740
that was
story.
that was just at Vegas
I
with all
wasn't
the
there for
homies.
740. Where the
You
fuck
weren't
was I?
there?
at
You
for
didn't go,
740?
and I held it against you for a
Yeah,
good 2
man.
solid years.
Yeah. I
because
think so.
everybody
let
was
it go.
there.
Yeah.
Everybody was there.
Everyone was
Yeah,
there.
I missed the
Everyone was
Including
there.
Izzy again.
Izzy was there. So check this out. So
Izzy is the common denominator for a lot of fucked up
Izzy's
shit.
following a lot of stories right
Yeah.
now.
And I'm gonna tell you that how Izzy and I wrapped up that night.
Yeah.
I remember you tell it better because I don't remember. Obviously, you were
Oh,
there.
Jetto.
He was. Oh, check it out. So
Go ahead. man, go
740,
ahead.
my birthday. I don't know. 06,
Yeah.
07, 2006, 7.
It was
Downtown
06,
LA.
I think, yeah.
Everyone has spikes in their hair,
was
so go,
740.
go figure out.
No, it was downtown,
Downtown
LA.
LA.
That was I
Because
thought it
we
was
were
by the
going there.
ocean.
Me, Izzy were going there. Me and my
Oh,
brother
yeah,
going
no,
there,
it wasn't.
scoping it out. My homie was DJing there one night for DJ Quick.
Yeah.
And actually, that night when Candace was talking about, someone was throwing ice from the balcony at the DJ Quick concert. My homie was DJing for him, and I got hit twice, and I ran up to the second deck, and I got into something.
Oh,
But we
shit.
were like trying to find a spot for my birthday. So like 3 weeks later, we had it.
Yeah.
Had my birthday. Had all the homies come to the hotel first. We were drinking like crazy. I'm talking about like
It
I'm
wa-
talking about 60 people.
It was at least
I'm talking at
like a
least 60
2-hour
pregame.
Yeah.
pregame. Easy,
Damn.
easy.
Everyone was lit.
Yeah.
Everybody was lit in the room. We were in
Or
the
you even went to the club.
and in the lobby,
Bro, and it was 4
on the
blocks
street,
away.
Yeah.
walking up to the venue. Oh,
2
man.
blocks away.
No, it was one of the only times I ever
You didn't.
regretted,
You,
yeah.
you-
I had to
bro,
work, man.
You did.
Yeah,
But
had
I
to
remember
work.
Jonah coming in from Atlanta was when he
Yeah.
was living. I don't know if he came
with the dreads.
with the dreads.
with the
Yeah,
dreads.
short dreads.
Okay, so
like
they weren't full
shoulder
yet.
length,
Yeah.
above shoulder length. The twist. What do you call them? Twist.
Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
what do they call Joe? You know the twist or
they're not Tootsie Rolls.
not dreads. He had short. He had short. When he
twisties,
whatever. Yeah,
he said twisties.
The urban twist, right? And then he gets Tootsie. You didn't say Tootsie Rolls. No, that's what I was doing on the dance floor. Hey,
they were
Tootsie
popular
Rolls.
at the time, though. The little, little beeswax.
So I was just like, yo, I just know my homie Jonah's coming any minute. And it was like, man, people from like who I coach with today were there. Like 2 people I coach with today were there.
It was pretty epic.
It was
no,
insane.
that's like
so what set
never forget it.
So what set it off is like all the homies are like putting me on their shoulders and like happy birthday, putting me down.
It was a scene.
And our friend,
it was a movie scene.
And I say like 2 cholos.
Okay,
were like in the mix with our group of friends.
What?
And there was a group of girls.
Randoms.
Yeah, you know how all the homies are dancing together, like messing around.
It's like a group of 10 right there. 10.
Put your thunder shades on. You know, everyone's all just chilling.
Wilding out with their arms and legs.
And then our 2 of our girlfriends were out of the group in the middle, and some dudes were trying to dance with them. And then one of the homies like, hey man, like she's with us type of deal, like chill a little bit. And then they the stupid Mexican cholo look. They look like what? Like, all right, I back up. Okay. And then they just try to mad dog you the rest of the time, and you're just like, you got your guard up.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And
dog?
then again, like we leave to get a drink, and then some of our homegirls, the same homegirls, are in the circle, and then they're like trying to get up on him. You see our homegirls like. Out, like giving the stiff arm Heisman.
You were having fun.
We're having our time. You know what I mean? Like we're with our girls, guys or whatever. And so one of them just looked at me. Yeah. And he just was like looking at me like dancing with the girl, like cholo style,
taunting.
Like, okay. Yeah. And our homegirl's like, hey, stop. You know what I mean? I was like,
stop it.
Hey, she just said stop.
Stop.
For 1. And for 2, we already told you, dude. Yeah. Like, you gotta respect it, dude. Yeah. And then he just
fuck that,
fuck that, eh? Hey, fuck that, eh? You know what I mean? Like, come up to me. You know what I mean? And then I was just like, what do you mean, fuck that, eh? What is that? Like, I always want confirmation. Like, what? Even though we know what it means. And this is super petty. Like, we know what that means. Fuck that, eh? I know what the fuck that means. I always
wonder why you ask the question.
Because I want to make sure before I fire on them. You know what I mean? All the time.
Court of law.
Like I always say, bro, if I don't know 100%, then I don't know. I want to have confirmation.
Say it to me in my face.
Yeah, like what do you mean? What's that mean? You want it? What, you feel some sort of way? Yeah. Yeah, hey, you just doing it. Yeah. And you know what? I don't got time for this. And he's just like, Tapatio.
Tapatio.
You know what I'm saying? Man, what the fuck? Yeah, I know where we're at. Downtown LA, not too far from East LA.
But we were
where
deep.
We're from, like
our
family roots are from East LA.
Yeah. True.
And I was just like, yo, man, I really got time for this. It's my birthday. It's like 11:30. Like, we got a lot of turning up to do.
It was early.
And I was like, all right, man. I go to the bar and I grab 2 Coronas on purpose. I come back. And then the dude's like trying to get on our homegirls again. Yeah. And then like, she's like, stop, you know? Yeah. And I was just like, yo, man, like, done. Jonah. I just say Jonah because he's next to me. He showed up. He showed up.
We about to blast
in a
off.
3-piece suit. Red tie, dreads. And this was a club where you can just khakis and a nice polo, you know what I mean?
Jonah goes out.
You couldn't have like tennis shoes. You couldn't have tennis
with
shoes.
the leather elbows.
That was Vegas. That was Vegas. But I was like Jonah, and Jonah like pulls his tie down a little bit. Yeah. And I was like,
Let's go.
And I have my Corona in my hand, and I'm drinking one in my left hand, right?
Like chugging it.
Looking
Looking at the dude.
because I'm trying to get some sort of way right now.
Eye contact like this.
And I'm just looking at the dude the whole time, and he's just mad dogging me the whole time. I was like, yo, you need to stop, bro. Hey, Valentino. And, and I'm just like, man, fuck this dude. I had the Corona bottle in my right hand, the one I'm drinking in my left hand. I just popped, dude.
Wait, you hit him with the one that was full?
No.
No. Oh no! I switched it up.
Here's
you're
what.
Right. No, you're right.
Like,
no,
okay, I was like,
I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Here's
the empty one. The empty one.
Here's where it
bad.
was. Here's where it was. Didn't you dump?
Did you see it?
Hold on.
Yeah, you're right.
Hold on. I think my brother had a drink in his hand.
Yep.
He was downing the Corona. He had one drink in his left hand, downing the Corona bottle in his right. And as soon as he finished that bottle,
it was empty.
He had this drink that was full in his left hand.
Switched it up.
And he put the bottle down.
Yeah.
And he looked at the guy dead in the eye and poured the drink over his head. Straight up.
You know, my move seems to be the bottle in the right hand lower.
Yeah, you and the bottles, bro.
Yeah, but you know what, dude? I warned him. And after I warned you, I don't care.
But he was egging
I poured him, and you know how, like, you go in the shower, and then, like, you put gel in your hair, and you're washing it out. Or after the barber puts some product in your hair,
where's
and
this
you go
going?
it just falls. You know how like a little kid.
Oh, like yeah.
Like when I did that, like his bangs
it
started going forward and shit. And when I
like,
saw that, I was like, this dude's a real bitch.
Like like alfalfa.
Exactly.
Yeah, the alfalfa hair going.
He's blind.
It's like this. Look, it's like this.
Like my little boy Micah, his hair goes past his eyes a little bit because it's so long in the front right there because of quarantine shit.
I see you, Edward.
Exactly. I knew he was a real dude.
Yeah.
When his hair did the same thing I did after a haircut, and I just remember looking at that like, what's that dude's name with the bowl cut? Like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Like he looked like Dumb and Dumber with his bangs like that. I was like, this motherfucker, and I just pop twice.
Yeah.
You know, the 2-hitter quitter.
Yeah.
And then I was just on top of him, mopping him. And then I saw my homie Jonah to the right of me. I'm talking, I was on the floor.
Yeah.
Like I had him straddled, bro.
Yeah.
I had him straddled on his he was on his back.
Yeah.
My one knee was on his arm. The other was on the exact same opposite arm. I was just pounding him, pop. And Jonah next to me, who I did not expect to be there.
Yeah.
He was over there I just heard, ugh. This dude was giving his homeboy
getting the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah.
He had Jonah had him on his face.
The wind knocked
and
out.
Jonah was elbowing him on his I don't know what's the upper vertebrae, number 18. I don't know.
In between his scapula.
Yeah, between his I don't know. I don't know.
Oh man.
Between his ears and his middle back.
All I remember from
elbows,
this is
hard,
that
hard, bro.
Jenna
like
was
Van
so
Damme
hype about the fight. Like he wouldn't
This
shut up.
guy.
I was like, what the fuck? Like I missed that.
You know
No,
what?
you
Let me tell you something.
No,
He had the best view because he wasn't doing anything.
No, check it out. It'll be finished. It'll be finished. Bear with me, because it's a good story. And Jetta always says I got the longest stories ever, but I do because I have it detailed. So I see Jonah, like I'm looking at my homeboy, like, yo, like it's kind of like a look like when you got your like I'm just being super real, and your homeboy's over there, 10 feet away, he's smashing, and you're smashing too, and you're just like, hey, like this is it, you know what I mean? Like this is it, hey,
That's what we're doing right now.
This is what's happening.
I don't know what's gonna happen after this.
Exactly.
Let's live in this moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly like the euphoria I had. You know what I mean?
You and Josh have the same type of story.
But you bro,
Josh
because we're
can
in.
break it down second by second, and I'm like, bro.
But when me and Josh are out, and I'm the voice of reason, it's a bad day.
Oh my
God. But the thing is, so check it out. So we got up. Bouncer Samoan dude grabbed me by my shirt.
Samoan.
There was like 3
He
or 4
pinned me
of
up
them.
against the stage.
Ooh.
Like legit picked me up. Like I'm talking like Rikishi,
Yeah.
Yokozuna, like that. Pushed against the stage.
Yeah.
He had my collar. He's like, "You're not moving."
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, I'm not moving. I'm not moving. I'm not moving." And he had me up, literally pinned.
What'd they do?
They jacked my wallet.
Yep.
They took
Yep.
my watch off.
Yep.
And one of my earrings came out, like ripped it. And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm getting robbed."
Yeah, he got robbed.
Oh, why am I getting robbed?
Are you serious?
Swear to God.
And as soon as that happened, I was just
Swear to
like,
God.
okay, Club Metro. I used to work there.
Yeah.
My brother, okay, Danique.
Yep.
Okay, we.
He knew the drill. He knew the
I
drill.
was like, oh, like when you just have to take the deal.
Yeah.
Like how we're talking about Goodfellas.
Yeah.
And like Godfather.
You gonna make
take
us
the
work?
deal. You gotta talk.
We gonna
Take
make
the
it
deal.
worth it.
Exactly.
We're gonna beat you up halfway
Part of it.
Dude, it felt
and
like
steal your shit.
so.
Damn.
I got hemmed up right there. I was so mad. He let me down. Well, actually, he didn't let me down. He carried me outside.
Yeah. Like a suitcase.
Exactly.
Yeah, for real.
And like my homeboy
Carry.
Jonah used to
Yeah.
do Atlanta security. How they said that he used to put their head, like one dude get in front, one dude get the legs and just ram their head with their ram the door with their head and open it.
Yep.
That's what happened. But I put my hands out because I knew the drill.
I love that movie.
But at first I pretended I didn't because I know the drill. Like I'll put my hands like all back, like and we come forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
To push the door open because I know the drill.
Yeah.
I swear to God, bro.
Yeah.
And we're out there, and I see my homeboy Renee out there like, "Fuck you, everybody, fuck you."
And I
Like,
was
yo,
still
yo,
inside.
chill,
I was
like, we're
still.
good.
I was still inside.
Everyone's all partying.
No!
Everyone's still partying.
Yeah.
And then I see
Because it got lost. It was like something happened, and then the crowd filled the gap.
Okay.
And
It
then
was
I didn't know where
nuts.
my brother went.
Party must
bro,
go on.
and music was still bumping.
Yeah.
Renee's like, "Fuck you," because he got kicked out because he was part of the group. And then I was like, "No, chill, Renee. Like we got him. Let's just go, bro."
One of the only times I ever regret missing. Like, bro, this went on for like a week.
Bro.
Like people saying, "Why did you go to 740?" I was like,
No,
"Oh man,
check this out, dude."
I probably would have been
I was like,
arrested.
"No, chill, Renee. Chill, Renee."
Maybe.
And the security dude comes out. He's like, "Hey, back up now, or I mace you."
Yep.
I'm not scared to mace Renee. I'm like,
Everybody.
Oh, dang. Like,
Everybody got sprayed.
He's like, "Fuck you!" Like that. You're not gonna mace me. And then the dude reaching for his belt sprays Renee, and I'm looking at the whole thing. I'm like, I see the mist, a spray like the line. It's a line like it's a big line.
Yeah.
And then I see, but it's far. It's like a 15-foot range, 15-yard range. I was like, oh dang, it sprays like that.
You got that bear shit.
In my head, it sprayed like a pledge. Like pledge. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, oh dang, this is a different game. That's why they do. Okay, they got the 15-yard barrier, and Renee got sprayed. I gave him like 30 seconds. Yeah. I was like, Renee's tough. Yeah. And he was just started grabbing his eyes. He went to the ground, grabbing his eyes.
Dude, the way Josh.
And then Jetto comes out with like holding his head. And then I look at security like, yo, that's my homeboy. He sprays me. Yeah. I'm like, oh, like my eyes 30 seconds after, like Renee, same time. Yeah. And I come out, I'm like so maced up, dude. Yeah. I go to the Mexican hot dog dude.
He grabs all the milk.
Yeah, I grab all the leche,
the water, milk.
And I'm like, I need milk. Give me water. And my homeboy's like, yo, chill.
For some reason, there was milk.
No, what is it?
He don't sell milk, but there was milk outside.
My homeboy Jason Songer. There was Jason Songer. Shout out to Songer. He got me a gallon of milk.
There was like,
and Chris.
There was like bottles of water everywhere. And there was like a splash, and as soon this is when I came out. This is what I saw. So I went outside. I was like, what is this? Like hot dogs and like what is this pepper spray? And like people were like on the street, and like there was water bottles and caps everywhere. There was like milk on the ground. I was like, what the fuck?
Half gallons.
The most thankful for of all the time.
I still had my drink, my cup, my glass from inside.
No, but check it out. This is what I'm most thankful for. There was no video cameras back when we were growing up.
I wish there was.
That was the beginning.
Yeah, I wish there was.
I had like a V551 or something like that.
Motorola. Talk about it. Remember the Project X party?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Bro, imagine if
we had one at our house. Yeah.
Hey, so let me. You finish with that one?
Like 30 more seconds.
Go ahead.
I get sprayed. My homeboy Jason comes with milk. My homeboy Chris comes out with milk. I'm like, yo, thanks, good looking. I was like, I'll pay for everyone's hot dog.
Yeah.
It was like tax season because it's usually around my birthday. Yep. So that's why I turned like super extra. You know what I mean? I had the twins at the time. So I'll pay for everyone's milk. You know what I mean? Give me milk. I need milk. And then we start making our way towards a hotel. Yeah. And then my two homeboys, I'm not going to mention, I already mentioned the name, but they got pulled over by a so-called undercover. Yeah. And then my homeboy pulls out his phone. He's like, I'm getting your license plate. And then he just makes a spin move as they're trying to handcuff him, and they don't go after him. Yeah. Like, were they security or what were they?
Security.
Had to be security.
They weren't trained.
And we're like, I need your badge number. Like, we're calling shots as we're walking to the hotel.
Security.
We get to the hotel. I'm in the fountain, like, putting water in my eyes. And I'm like,
in the lobby.
In the lobby, bro. And I'm going to the front desk like, you remember I checked in
with
you.
It was ruckus in the lobby. Like 30 people, seriously.
Jetto has a black eye from my other homeboy, Martin, who swung.
And hit him.
Because they didn't know our party was so big. No one knew who was in their party. So he got a black eye. Yeah. We have a picture of it. We should post it. I'll send it.
No.
We'll post a picture of Red from Friday.
Remember Malik's jaw?
That was at our house. That was a different party. God, that was a different party. But we go in the hotel and it's filled with what's it called? Mace.
I'm kind of glad
pepper spray.
3 people that
the two hotel staff they didn't know what the fuck to do.
Bro, it was like
it was super nice.
It was part of my
oh, you know what?
Marriott
it was a Marriott.
Yeah, it was a nice
downtown
hotel.
Marriott. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was insane, dude. Malik's jaw at our house and the Pooh Bear at another house.
So this is what happened.
Man, I could go on.
So there was like, I don't know, 15 people literally in the fight, and Izzy and me were like kind of hanging back, and we got lost in the sauce, right? And so we're like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah. Where'd my brother go? Where'd everybody go?
And it happened so quick.
Super quick.
Yeah.
Like within like
30.
Easy. And we're
now
like, what the hell?
I see the precursors to what happens before.
And so we're
everyone's clueless inside.
And so I get out after him like, what the fuck? And so I still have my drink and I put it on I remember I was like, oh fuck, I have my drink over here. And then my brother runs up to me. Hey, he said something like, hey, where's my shoes or where's my shirt or something? Where's my wallet?
Yeah, my wallet.
And I was like, I don't know.
I lost everything. I was on a rant.
So me and Izzy were walking. He was like, oh fuck it. He was like, I gotta go. My eyes are all fucked up. I was like, yeah, we'll meet you there. So he ran to catch up with everybody else. And as soon as me and Izzy got back to the hotel in the lobby, there was like, I was like, fuck, what is this fucking smell? There's pepper spray everywhere.
In the lobby, bro.
And so like there was like 10 people or 15 people that got in the elevator. And me and Izzy were drunk off our fucking asses. And we're like, you know what? Fuck this. I was like, let's take the stairs, dude. Yeah. And so everybody went up. And then me and Izzy went to the stairs. And I was like, hold on, don't go up. Yeah. I don't know what floor. I don't even know what floor we were supposed to go. We're going to take the stairs? Okay, whatever. Fucking what? And so we get into the stairwell, and I was like, yo, hold on, man. I got to throw up, bro. Yeah. And so I just let it go.
No, in the stairwell.
I was like, hold on. So I sit down, and then I hear this fool, like, to it. Is? Yeah. So we both let it go, and I just was sitting there. You cool, Is? Yeah. You cool? Oh. And so, anyways, we end up passing out in the stairwell for at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so, did you come in the stairwell?
Yeah, I found you guys. So tell him to come to my room.
How the fuck did you find him?
Bro, I was up all night. Okay. And I was like, where's my I was calling everyone in my Motorola V551, whatever it was.
So this is when text messaging wasn't.
Calling was still the main purpose of
remember the two-way?
Yeah. But so he came in the stairwell.
That was T-Mobile though.
Somehow he found us in the stairwell. And he was like, oh, shit. So I was like, oh, fuck. So I was like fucking like passed out. Was sleeping on the stairs.
No.
He woke us up. We went upstairs to the room. And we walk in the room. And it was like the like a blanket just got thrown over you of pepper spray. It was like, oh my god, what the fuck?
So it was like Schindler's List.
It's stunk in there like the fucking they got gassed at fucking Auschwitz and shit.
I remember you guys were sleeping on the bed next to me.
So we went. I was like, fuck, dude, I gotta use the restroom real quick. Yeah. So I went in the restroom. I was like, what the fuck? And like it was like worse in the restroom. I looked in the shower. The water was on in the tub. There was jeans, fucking clothes in the tub.
I'll tell you why.
I was like, what the fuck?
I was being real because Renee got sprayed. I got sprayed. We got back to the hotel before them, like an hour or two before them, and I was just in the shower. I turned the shower on. I was like rinsing my eyes, and then my homeboy comes. I was clothed. And my homeboy Renee comes up behind me like, move. I was like, and then everyone's like, you guys are in the shower together, you nasty ass fools, gay ass fools, you guys are fucking gay. So, and I had like I had like 10 towels in the bath from like wiping. And I remember the next morning my toothbrush that was hanging. I had to
that's right.
I didn't brush my teeth.
That's right.
I did not brush my teeth
because
the next day.
Pepper spray on it.
Exactly.
So after that. Everyone was out of the room by then. It was like 2 hours or 3 hours later, seriously. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is going on in here, dude? So I was like, fuck, I got to crash,
dude.
Did
you guys get any extra charges?
No. I was really worried about that.
So I got to crash. So I just fucking fell asleep. Yeah. And as soon as I laid my head on the pillow, the smell of pepper spray was on the pillow. I was like, what the fuck? And so I was like, I had to turn the pillow over, and I just went to fucking sleep. Bro. Woke up the next day. Christian was gone. Everybody was gone.
No.
Me and Izzy looked at each other like, what the fuck? We're the only ones here?
Oh, that's right.
And so we get up. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I was like, where the fuck are we? What floor are we on? The 20th? Seriously.
Is this our room?
We were like literally like in the penthouse, like at the top floor, like, and we had windows everywhere. So we look out. So we look out at all these penthouse windows, and I was like, what the fuck? And I look out, I was like, I hit Izzy like, Izzy, look at what the fuck? How are we going to get out of here? It was the LA Marathon.
Shut the fuck
The LA Marathon was going on
all around the fucking hotel. I was like, Izzy, how are we getting out of here, dude? I don't feel good. I got to get home, dude. And he was his eyes were glued shut.
Some
like
of the weirdest shit that I've ever been through has been with
hold on.
This guy right
now.
Like fucking
yeah, no doubt.
I had to leave early because my wallet was missing.
Right. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. So Izzy, me, And then brilliant me. Here's me. I had my Porsche at the time.
Your what?
My Porsche.
Oh, the black Porsche. Yeah.
No, the silver.
Silver.
So I had the top down. My top just broke, so it couldn't go back up.
Okay.
And so I was down with my top down, and it
You
couldn't.
were worried about your.
And so
interior.
like we get out. I was like, "Fuck, man!" So we pull. I was like, "We have to go, dude. What do we do? There's runners right in front of us. In front of. I was like, so I pull up, and I was like, I pointed to the cop, like, "Dude, we have to get out."
Yeah.
And he stopped everything. He was like, "Hey, you guys got to move over there."
Shut
I
the
swear to
fuck
God,
up,
he's
bro.
like, "You guys can't go that way. You have to
Yeah.
go this way." It was like against traffic on the opposite side. Yeah, like
drunk.
no words. Yeah, we were fucking faded off our ass. It was already like 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
No.
And we were just like this, and the guy was like, "Just go fucking
just
that way,
fucking
please."
Get the fuck out of here.
So me and Izzy
Yeah.
go down, and we get on the freeway. I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck, how the fuck did we get?" Anyway, so we get on the freeway, and it's fucking windy as fuck.
Oh my god.
And we're in the convertible, and it's like, yeah. And I was like, Izzy, you all right, dude? And both of us have our eyes glued shut, and we're like, what the fuck is up? And then we're on the 60 freeway. And I was like, dude, I don't feel good, bro. He was like, yeah, me either. And he's like, can we get something to drink? And of course, there's a Carl's Jr. right there. I was like, fuck it, dude. You want to get something to eat?
Carlos Jr.
Carl's Jr. You want to get something to eat right here? He's like, yeah, dude. So we fucking stayed in there.
funny, dude.
We sat a foot away from each other
Didn't say a word.
in silence.
Yeah, that's how it
and
goes.
chewed our food.
You know
Got
that's how
back
it
in the
goes.
car and drove home.
You know that's how it goes when you're in silence
Oh,
with the homie. Like, you know you've been through some shit.
That was it. And then we didn't know what happened to anybody
Yeah.
until like 2 days later because everyone was all fucked up and hungover. And so, yeah, that was a
3
great time.
days, 2 days later on MySpace, it was cracking. For sure.
MySpace.
Yeah, dude. The next day I
Wow.
drove up to the same club and I looked on the
Looked for the
dumpster.
wallet, that's
I
right.
found my wallet on top of the trash with
You're
my
joking.
I swear to
ID,
God,
everything.
with my ID, with my social,
Dude, remember
but
Sharks
no
Club?
cash, but no cash.
Bro,
$80 only. but-
Sharks Club, I lost $500. I don't know why I've never put $500 in my wallet ever, like ever. I lost $500 at
One of them
Sharks
days,
Club
yeah.
and called in the next day like, yo, I lost my wallet.
Yeah.
Fucking, I was into your VIP. We snuck into the VIP.
I was
They
with you.
always had, yeah, you were there.
Oh,
We
shit.
always had like, we always snuck into the VIP because they never checked
Yeah.
your shit. Dude, they had my wallet with the $500.
Good for them.
Oh, wow.
I sent her roses.
Newport?
Good for
I
you.
sent her
Good
roses
for you.
the
Wow, bro,
next
because
day.
Good
I've
for
had
you.
the opposite experience at
Yeah.
Newport
No,
Sharkies.
They gave me my $500. I could
That's a
not
solid move.
believe
That's
it.
a solid move right there
Dude,
by an establishment.
I had to send her roses. Like
Hey.
I was like, she was like, yeah, are you Travis Skinner? I was like,
Wait, who are you? What's your name?
Oh, whoa, whoa.
I mean, it's already out there. She was like, yeah, we have your wallet and we have your cash. I was like, and it was $500 bills. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
that's
I
a
could
solid
not
move.
believe. I was like, this is like epic. Like I have to do something. So I didn't want to just give her money because I took the $500 and just
Yeah.
bounced. But I got her
You
name.
got her something
and then
nice.
I sent her roses.
That's
That's
good.
nice.
See, that's
Good
a
for
solid
you.
move by both of you.
Good for you.
At that
It was
sa-
I felt like it was classy.
That
Hey,
is classy. AF.
at that same Sharkies, dude,
Yeah.
I knocked over a stack of coasters. It was towards the end of the night, like
Yeah.
12:45.
I met Rampage there.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
Rampage was there?
Yeah,
It was.
dude, what a fighter!
Yeah, he was
I
cool.
knocked some coasters down. The girl next to me that
course you
I
did.
knocked over to.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Oh my god, calm down! Like control yourself." I was like, "What?"
Coasters?
Yeah, coasters, like
Over
they stack.
coasters.
Over coasters. I'm like, okay.
Like relax, dude.
And I remember I was drinking Coronas. I asked the
Yeah.
bartender, "Hey, can I get 2 Coronas?"
Speaking.
He's like, "I'll get to you when I get to you." I was like, "Whoa, okay." And I'm just sitting there like taking it, right? I'm like, what the fuck? Wow, I just want 2 Coronas.
Speaking of
Because he
Corona,
heard that girl, you know,
Yeah.
like first off.
Yeah, he was trying to be a big.
And
guy.
then I was just like, "Hey, come here, dude. Can I get 2 Coronas?"
Is
And he's
this
just
the
like,
glasses guy?
"Yeah, exactly."
Oh,
He's like,
Jesus.
he was just like, "What do you want?" And he told me again, "I'll get you when I can." I was like,
Yeah.
"Again? You gonna tell me that again?" All right, cool. He's like, "What can I get for you the third time?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Hey, come here, dude."
I told you.
I told, and I didn't even say nothing. I grabbed his glasses.
Oh, that's right. I remember
I
that.
grabbed
Like,
with my left
yeah.
hand his glasses, and I punched him
Yeah.
with my right hand.
Yeah.
I
He
said,
deserved
"Bitch!" And then he hopped over the bar.
it. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was right there.
And it was
and then
on.
you remember Ryu and Ken?
Yeah.
Oh, you can. I did
Yeah.
an uppercut like that. Boom. And then that was my last uppercut.
He
Of the night.
Honestly, he deserved that.
And
yeah.
I did too.
Yeah.
Because after that, security just trampled me.
Yeah.
And it was me, James, and Jonah. And security I'm talking about dog pile.
No,
and I remember Jonah's hands.
There was no help.
Jonah's hands are big, right? He comes out and starts grabbing security off me.
Yeah, he got those Arsenio Hall hands.
Boom, boom. Exactly. And I was in the fetal position.
Yes.
And then he says, "That's my homie." Blah blah blah. He's like, "Go to the car right now." I was like, "All right, Jonah, I don't have my wallet. Get in the car. Shut the fuck up."
And he got your wallet.
And I was in the car. James is like, "What do we do? What do we do?" And I was just like, "I don't know." Jonah said for me to stay in the car. 30 minutes later, he comes to the car. Back window. He throws something at me. It hits my throat. It's my wallet with my cash, my ID, and everything. And his girl.
Shit.
He comes out with his girl at the time. And he's just like, "I got your wallet, bitch." Like that. He's like, "Shut the fuck up," or some shit, you know? And he's just driving me home. Or I was just like, no. Forget this. Let's go to Denny's. On me.
Yeah.
I got all of you. So we go to Denny's.
Dude,
and like his
was
girl's like holding ice on my head. And
Didn't like
yeah,
I've
that shit
had
is fucking wild.
some of the best nights always. I don't even like Denny's.
Me either.
But some of the
I think we
best
talked about
nights
this before.
ended with moons over Miami.
I love that. I love that.
That shit was dope.
Shit,
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
shit gives me the
I
bubble
had a
guts,
lot
bro.
of fun. It was chaotic, but
Yes.
like
Yes.
it was necessary at
Yeah.
times. 'Cause some
There's
people
so
be
many
out of
stories,
pocket.
dude.
Those bartenders be out of pocket.
They do.
sometimes.
They think
'Cause
they're
drinking.
They think
Yeah,
they're
that's true.
They're low key
That's true.
drinking.
That's true.
And they think that they're like
they think
like
that they're
judge
like
and jury.
Bezos.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Elon
Yeah.
behind the
Yeah.
bar
Yep.
sometimes. Like,
Exactly.
yo, you're a servant, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The thing is, like,
Man,
I'm
he
not even
said-
saying.
You've been trying to smash this bartender who smashed everybody
Exactly.
for the last like 6 months.
Exactly.
And now you're trying to.
Bro, you're
no,
a servant. We
that's
serve
not-
each
yeah.
other, bro.
He says
You
servant.
help me, I help. No, it's not even a diss
Yeah.
because I always say we serve each other.
Mhm.
Like, why are you acting superior when
True.
you're making like minimum wage plus tips?
Exactly.
Good luck with your
Making
tips
12
tonight. You know what I mean?
an hour
Yeah.
plus
It's
tips.
not even a diss. It's just like
Yeah.
you're a server, bro. You're supposed to
Yeah.
be hospitality like.
It's just if you want people to come back and like you and fucking
Exactly.
give you
have
their
to be the
money,
man.
you gotta
And
be
like
you gotta be
Wilson
nice.
Creek
You
dude.
can't play-
You know what I mean?
Easy.
You can't play like you can't play the policy. You can't play like everything needs to be on the up and up.
Yeah.
This is a fucking bar.
Yeah.
Yep.
People are drunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let them fucking live their life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people curse, people do some fucked up shit. But
I love the bar.
Are we good on time, bro?
We're good, man. Let's wrap it up.
we're
Okay.
way over time.
We got a bunch of stories to
Anyways,
tell.
until next week.
Yeah.
Like
Please.
last thing I want to leave
Yeah,
people
please.
with is stop fucking snitching. Don't be a bitch.
That's true. Please.
Stop
man.
snitching.
Please.
Add some fucking value to your life and just stop snitching.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Read a
talking
book.
I
about.
agree.
Read a book. Stand on your own too.
Put
If
the
you do
Netflix
crime, do
down.
the time.
Yeah, go punch a
Seriously.
punching bag or something,
Yeah.
man. Get some.
Yeah.
Activity.
And fuck you crazy ass bartenders out
Yeah.
there. Yeah, stop fucking with Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snatch
And brush your
glasses
teeth.
all day. Yeah, exactly.
Clean your fingernails too.
Exactly.
Let's get out of here, man. Let's wrap it up.
Wipe that white stuff between your lips.
Cheers, my guys. All right, we'll catch you next
Peace.
week. That's what's up.